episode 174. This is Clash, the Sibling Rivalry Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Knighthood, and with me as always is...
Tiz, what's good?
Welcome back, y'all. Like I said, this is episode 174. It's been a minute, but we's back. We played some games. We watched some animes. We watched some movies. We watched some TV. I read a book.
A whole book?
No, for
like
real.
The entire thing?
Well, I read a lot. I've read a quarter of a Stephen King book.
Oh my
which
god!
Is a
I know them
lot
are
of
thick.
a book.
Yeah, I know them Jones are thick. It'd be
So
like textbooks.
okay, let me put it this way: it's an ebook, so they lie about pages, but it's digitally, it's 1,792 pages, and I have made it to page 522
Christ.
in about 4 days.
That's bigger than a textbook. My god.
That's 1,000 pages bigger than the Harry Potter book.
That's insane.
I didn't finish his Under the Dome book. That was also a gigantic. Okay, we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about why I have issue with Stephen King's books. But yeah, so we did some stuff, and that's why we've been gone for a minute. But we's back, and there's some stuff to talk about. So if you guys did some stuff in our absence, maybe you went outside,
Touch some grass.
maybe you played Pokemon Go, because they've been doing some stuff. I've been playing Pokemon Go.
That game is still going strong. It's crazy.
There's a what do they call it? Ghost stops? I forget what they're called. I've been spinning it a lot recently.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
there's one within distance of my room.
Oh, that was the best. That was always the best.
I don't have to get up to actually spin a Pokemon stop, which is nice.
Yeah, I was about to say I've been playing Pokemon Stay, where I sit on my couch and play Pokemon. I was
gonna say, have you been playing Pokemon Sleep?
No. I thought about it. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to check that out. I still have no idea what that actually is.
Yeah, I think it's just a sleep tracker, and you like hatch eggs and stuff on it, stuff like that. Literally.
I need to get in.
Yeah.
I'm out on the Pokemon stuff.
It's like a Pokemon themed sleep tracker.
But yeah, y'all. If you've been in and we've been out, get us back in. Email us at siblingrivalryclash@gmail.com. Tweet at us. I'm sorry. I'm never gonna get it right.
No, it's tweet.
X.
It's tweet. You said it right the first
tweet?
time. Yes.
Okay.
We're not saying X.
Wait, are you telling me the wrong thing to say, or are you being?
I'm saying nobody other than Elon Musk is calling it X. Like, and the people that he paid to call it X.
Communicate with us.
Yeah.
At @SRClash_pod. Now that this is a visual show, I can do this. But yeah, wherever you would like to communicate at us at @SRClash_pod, and tell us what you've been doing in our absence. But we're back. And yeah, we can talk about what we've been doing with our weeks. Tiz, you were telling me about something prior to us recording. Prior to us pressing record.
It's also in my week.
Yeah. I'm just staring at the agenda and not telling our audience.
Yeah. So I finished Baki, the latest season that was out on Netflix, which actually appears to be the final season of I don't know if you call it like a saga or something, but whatever the first season started. Yeah. The whole conflict with Baki trying to live up to his dad's expectations, and eventually he's been training all this time to fight his dad. It finally happened. There was a conclusion. To me, it was very, very it was good closure. It was great closure. Like I can't think of any other way that I would have ended it. So I was overall pretty happy with the ending, and it's just Baki, you know what I mean? Like if you watch Baki, like you probably watch it for a certain reason, and the new season is still that. Like I feel like I kind of watch Baki for the same reason I watch JoJo, where it's like how outrageous can we get here? Like what technique can you show me that I've never seen before, and how can you hurt someone in a way that I've never seen them hurt before in any other show ever? Like,
let me ask you this real quick. So I watched and please, guys, don't get upset with me. So I watch Baki dubbed.
I watch
I
everything
like.
dubbed.
Well, not you. I know
Oh.
you're not gonna get upset with me, but some people might get upset with me.
No, I challenge y'all to get upset with me. I watch everything dubbed. Get upset with me.
So I watch Baki dubbed because I like to turn my brain off when I watch Baki. And I also like the voices, but Baki. So, do you like that Baki sounds a little bit like Joey Wheeler?
Baki does?
Yeah, Baki gives me Joey Wheeler vibes. Like, hey, Yugi. Like,
really?
He kind of has, like, you don't think so? Like,
I just get Troy Baker now, like... I'll be honest. I just get, from every Troy Baker game, I just get Troy Baker now.
He kind of has, like, this, hey, yo, hey. Like, he kind of has this vibe where I'm like, where are you from? Like, what
I don't know, yeah. What
the U.S. are you from? He's not from, he doesn't feel like he's from modern day U.S.
I think it's wherever Troy Baker's from, to be honest. Which I don't know where Troy Baker's from.
He feels like he's from like late 80s, early 90s, like New York.
See, I don't
Maybe I'm completely off.
I don't get New York that much. Like, I don't get the New York. Like, I'm from New York. Like,
no,
I don't get any.
Not so much the accent. Like,
okay.
Not hard on, just the vibe.
Okay.
Like, he kind of has like that vibe.
Yeah.
Like he's got like a collared jacket on.
Okay.
If that makes any sense to you.
I kind of get like I get like a laid back, like nonchalant.
Like he should have his hands in his coat, his coat
in his pocket.
Jacket,
yeah.
Legs crossed, leaning up against his ride.
Chilling.
Yeah, like that. He gives off like that kind of vibe. Whatever accent that puts off.
Yeah.
He totally has that vibe going on.
Yeah.
That's just me. I don't know why. That's just me.
Yeah. No, I was like, because to me, Joey's a lot more like, I don't know if doofy is the right word, but he's a lot more I can't take you serious. Like,
no, Baki's not that goofy, but like his accent has always kind of like
gave that a little bit. Yeah.
Like he's a little more simpleton.
Yeah.
Than he comes off.
He is. Yeah, for sure.
I've always meant to go back and listen to the subtitle version,
the Japanese. Speaking of that too, I saw an amazing tweet. Somebody was like, all you sub watchers are always hating on dub, yet you read manga in dub. And I was like, you got them.
Huh?
All the sub watchers are hating on dub, people watching anime in dub, but yet they all go and read manga dubbed.
What does that mean?
It's translated to your native language.
Yes, but we don't hear shitty English voices in our head.
Somebody made that. Somebody said because the voice acting in my head is good. I'm like,
thank you.
That makes no sense.
But I also, and I would argue I don't hear shitty English voice translations in my head when I'm reading the subtitles.
That's what they said. Yeah, that's what they said. It was fine. I'm like, okay.
But yeah, that's I'm like hilarious. when I'm watching Jotaro, I hear it yada dase. But I don't hear like him saying like whatever when he's saying it in English. You know
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I hear "Kono Dio da." I don't hear Dio's English voice actor saying whatever he's saying. You know what I mean?
It's only like that for certain anime. No, I know exactly what you mean. It's only like that for me for certain anime though, dub or sub. Like it's only like that for like Naruto. Like believe it. I can't unhear believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Date bio.
Yeah. And certain other shows like that, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but that's like one of the best examples for like I might just say believe it. I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
See, but I'm like, I can't even think. Oh man, I've never heard his Japanese equivalent. See, I only ever hear date bio.
It's probably too long of a. It's like a full sentence, but yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, believe it. Like, I wouldn't even know. And I've seen Naruto subtitled, but I wouldn't even know what the translation for that would be.
I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
Yeah, Luffy doesn't have a short one. His is just, I'm gonna be king of the pirates, like just all the time. That's like his thing.
So good.
But yeah, Baki was dope. They get wacky too. Like they do stuff where you're like only in Baki.
So how long was it from? Would you say from the end of that part with the caveman that it cuts off from till this final part? Like, how many episodes would you say?
Like, was
6?
this final part?
Yeah.
This final part was like 12 episodes, like a full season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
Nice.
full season. It's a whole arc on its own.
Oh. Okay.
And the caveman comes back, and he's kind of like a there. He's not fighting or anything, but he's there. He makes appearances and does caveman stuff.
I want him in tiny shorts and Converses in the crowd with that hat on and that jacket.
Yeah. Dude, give Tarzan a run for his money, for real. But yeah, so that's Baki. There's really not a whole lot more to say about that. And I want to talk about a game that I just love. It might be my game of the year right now. I don't think it's gonna win game of the year, but I think it's my personal game of the year right now. Armored Core 6. I'm on my third playthrough, trying to get the real ending, because FromSoft likes to do the multiple ending thing now. But this game, oh my god, FromSoft knows what they're doing with gameplay. Like, this game is so smooth, so fluid. It has the boss beating satisfaction and like science to it that every Souls game has had in a freaking mech flying action game. Don't know how they were able to do that. It's got this really cool thing about it where like you're playing it right, and there's like, I say there's like 3 like really hard bosses in this game, where like they took me like 3 to 4 to 5 hours to beat the one boss. And so I'm going through my first playthrough, and I get stuck on these bosses. I eventually beat them or whatever. And then by the second playthrough, they do this thing that's so like magical with their games, is that I'm just like I one shot all of them now, because their patterns are so ingrained in me from the first playthrough. Even the time between the first playthrough and me getting back up to the bosses in the second playthrough, I didn't forget the muscle memory like at all for these bosses. So I just one shot them like instantly, and it's the best feeling ever, because you feel like you're progressing in a way that's not the game progressing you. Like, it's not levels, it's not gear, it's not over leveling things. You're progressing in like you as a person. Gameplay skill is just better the next time you play through the game, which I don't think a lot of games are really great at accomplishing that, especially like now in this like era of everything's RPGified, where you can like in a lot of big like modern games, you can just over level things that are challenging. Like, you just get a bunch of gear, get a bunch of levels, and you just win. This game, you can get gear in like the form of parts, but it's not like a worst to best just as you go along. It's more like every part's supposed to have its own use case. So like one of the big things with this game is like you get stuck on a boss. Well, maybe you're just not using the right setup of parts for this boss. Like, let's say you're fighting a giant boss that's moves really slowly. He has a weak spot on the top. You would want to make something that is faster so you can avoid its attacks, and that uses weapons that, you know, hit it on the top, or that make it easier to maybe fly above it and hit it. And so it's kind of like got this like second type of problem solving thing to it, where it's like, all right, not only do I need to like change my gameplay, like how I'm actually playing to learn the boss's patterns and stuff, it's also like, am I going in with the right equipment? And they made it so it's like really important to where you can beat bosses if you just want to be like stubborn and be like, this is my build, I'm not changing it, but it's going to make the game a lot harder. Or you can be like, all right, let me step back, let me reassess, let me think about what the boss did, what are his weaknesses, take that equipment in, and now it's way easier. So that's like a second layer onto like the combat and the gameplay of it. But just at its core, like I've never played an action game like this where you are literally pressing every single button on your controller at the same time. And not only that, but you think of like a normal action game or like a Souls game, like your character is only moving on like a flat like plane, right? Like you can only dodge in these directions. And so as a result, the boss's attacks have to come at you in a way to where you can dodge them in these directions. But this game is like 4D. It's like a 4D action game. So it's like you might have to go up in the air to dodge. You might have to go up in the air, dash right. You might have to go up in diagonal. You might have to be in the air, go down, dash left. Like you're going in literally every single direction possible. The boss's attacks they do the telegraph the attacks thing, but it's like they can come at you from all different directions now, as opposed to just being flat. So I think it makes it like way more involved feeling.
I kept wondering if this is a game that you just have to play, because watching you play it, like one, I'm laughing. I was laughing earlier because I'm like, I was watching you play this also while our grandmother was watching you play this, and then
Yeah.
you were kind of forced to, she was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And then you were kind of forced to explain to her what you were playing.
Yeah.
And then that was the first time I was like listening to you explain this game, because I
Yeah.
have never played Armored Core.
Yeah.
I've just heard people talk about it. And then the second time I was watching you play this, I remember asking you like what was the involvement of like the controls in this game, and like
Every single
even
button.
then
Every
even
single
then I was just like, this game just reminds me of what's the game with like 2B and stuff like that?
Oh, Nier Automata. Yeah.
Yeah, like I was
I was
like,
just
this
gonna say a
game
platinum
just
game.
reminds me of that. And I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know if I can play this. Like, I don't know if I would play this game. And so I was wondering
There's a
if
lot
like
of similarities.
yeah, like I was wondering, I'm like, is this the type of game that like I just need to put hands on it to kind of understand like what is causing the interest? You know what I mean? Like, what is causing the interest in this game?
So I wouldn't even say you need to put hands on it. Just think about, you like platinum games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So think of the feel, like the visceral feel of a platinum game, of the action in a platinum game, but apply that to, like I said, a 4D like space where you can go and you have the freedom to fly and move in any direction, and also make that a shooter primarily. So that's kind of what the appeal, like it feels like a platinum game, but it's a shooter.
Funny you say that.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because shooting in 0G in Starfield is insanity.
Yeah. I actually started playing. Yeah, I
later.
started playing that a little bit too, but
go ahead.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, it's that's kind of what it is. Like it's typical FromSoft in that there's no story really. Like there's voice comms, like the whole story is told in voice comms, either in between missions or while you're in the mission. So it's not really heavy on the story that much, but there is a story. But it's really literally just about the feel of controlling this character. Like you feel like a dude in a mech suit, like just go. You feel like Evangelion. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of. I've never played a game with mechs in it where I feel like a powerful robot, like flying around, dashing around, all this stuff.
So would you say is the improvement from the older games to now commensurate with the technology?
Absolutely. Like, so I've also played older Armored Cores. I haven't really beaten a whole bunch of them, but I've dabbled in all different ones from different platforms, and those games feel dated. Like they feel old. They're clunky. They're heavy. The controls, especially on the PS2, and I think maybe even no, I think this stopped on the PS2, but they didn't use the analog sticks for aiming. They used the triggers, like because PS1 didn't have analog sticks, so they kept that design for a while. But like this game feels both like a modern action game and a modern shooter, and it learns things from like Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3 and stuff like that, like in terms of like how to do boss battles and how to do certain things with difficulty and action. So it feels very modern. It's 100% like the most accessible Armored Core. Like I don't think anybody who's not already an Armored Core fan would like the older games, but this game I think would appeal to a lot of people who just like good action games. And especially like bonus on top if you're into mechs or anything like that at all. And it's very, very anime. Like it's very, very, like its presentation is very anime, like Gundam-ish almost. And there's like a huge customization aspect, which I think appeals to a lot of people. Like every mech there's like probably trillions of combinations of mechs that you can make, and like you can color everything and all that different type of stuff. So and the other thing I have to point this out, it's a shame I have to point this out, but again, shout out to FromSoft. This game has not one single microtransaction. It also has multiplayer, and you buy the game, you have the full game. It's complete. There's no bugs everywhere. There's no needing to finish it. There's no giant day one patch. It's just a finished game. So shout out to From for that.
Make games that work, guys.
Exactly.
Just make games that work with like customability, and
that's all you need. So I'm gonna go on a limb right here. I'm gonna say this is my bet for Action Game of the Year. I think it's gonna win at the awards. But yeah, I love this game, and so I encourage all who are into action games to play it. Nice. And then last up, I want to talk about the One Piece live action a little bit. So
Please do.
I watched the whole thing. I'll just start by saying I do think this is probably going to be the... I don't know how well I don't think the Japanese live action performed that well over here. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming
Japanese live action. Be specific
like the
in
ones
what you're saying.
like the
You mean the live action anime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the ones on Netflix and stuff like that. I'm assuming this One Piece one is going to be...
you mean like Death Note?
Yeah. Like Death Note, Full Metal Alchemist, Bleach. You know, like all those.
Full Metal Alchemist got like 3 movies. I don't know if that was I don't think that had anything to do with us.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they were just making those regardless.
Just to put out the full story.
Yeah, I think the Death Note one was primarily a Western audience. I could be wrong.
Not the English one, but the one with the actual Japanese actors and stuff you're talking about.
Oh, I meant the one that got lambasted.
Oh yeah, that one I know was for us. That was like a Netflix produced, like made, all that stuff. Yeah. So this one, I say that to say this One Piece live action is, I think, definitely going to be the most successful one to date. I'm almost certain it's not going to get canceled like Cowboy Bebop.
Listen, all I'm going to say real quick is I like that Bleach one. Y'all need to stop. Anybody who hates on that Bleach one is trash. That Bleach one is good.
I don't like any of them. I want them to stop making all of them.
The Bleach one is good, bro.
No, I'm not saying it's not.
The Bleach one.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying, you know my stance on live action anime. But
I know, but the Bleach one stands out. It's good. It's good.
It might be. I'm not gonna say it's not.
If the Full Metal one is like the 0 bar,
yeah,
the Bleach one is here, and the Death Note one is like the bottom.
Yeah, 100%. No, I definitely take your word on it. But just with my
word on it.
No, just with my bias against live action anime in mind, I do think this One Piece one probably will be the most successful. It's probably going to get its second, third season.
It's got the most cash.
It's got the most cash. And
money.
One Piece fan base is cult. Like, so whatever, if this is one of the main good things about it is the main guy, Oda, the author of One Piece, is involved. He's approving everything. And so I think because of that, the One Piece fan base is going to support him. Like, no matter
Why
what.
do I get the feeling that dude will let One Piece, like, why do I get the feeling he'll sign off on stuff real kind of easy?
I think he'll sign off on stuff, but he won't I don't think he'll sign off on anything that he don't want in the like, he'll sign off on weird stuff, but nothing that he wouldn't want in the anime or in the in the anime or in the manga.
Okay. So like you're saying, like, if there was like an outrageous like make out scene between Luffy and Nami, he definitely wouldn't sign off on that.
He literally said no romance between crewmates. Like that, he quoted, there's a quote of him saying that. But yeah, I think so. The fan base is gonna push whatever he's attached to.
Naruto live action coming next year. Done.
Probably. I'm sure we're getting one for all of them. We're getting another Dragon Ball
for
one.
all of them.
We're getting one for all of them. Netflix is, and it's gonna be Netflix. They're gonna make all
Dragon Ball Evolution made sure we're never getting another live action
Netflix
Dragon
ain't
Ball.
make that one though.
No, it doesn't matter.
Netflix got to try their hand on it. At it.
I think we're gonna go through the other ones before we get that garbage. Bro, did you see that? Have you seen that movie in a while?
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's absolute garbage.
But remember we talked about how the dude who writes Dragon Ball and Toei is like, so Toei doesn't care. They'll sign off on whatever and he just has to go with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know, but
so I can see Toei doing it for money.
In the realm of like, we tried at this thing, like, that's a pretty bad try. And Netflix just failed at something like that. Like, we just failed at Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, but I think
I get that we're just now fixing One Piece. Like, we're just now doing okay at that, but we just failed at Cowboy Bebop.
Forget anime though. I think Netflix's whole business model is throw stuff at the wall and just who cares what. I think way more stuff fails than doesn't.
We're
fail.
still bleeding subscribers. Let's not forget. Like, we're still the Titanic.
That's why the prices keep going up every year.
Yeah,
100%. And password sharing and all that stuff. Yeah.
I'm just thinking about the business. Like, we still got to take into account the losses.
No, 100%. I just think if the budget's right, like if they can calculate a low budget enough movie to where it might work enough,
Look, bro.
they don't care.
We're still strange. Sorry. We're still Stranger Things season 4, not Stranger Things season 2. You gotta calm down.
What you mean?
We're on a decline, not an incline.
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, 100%.
We were on the hot. Netflix was on the hot shit on Stranger Things season 2. We were going up and up. We couldn't do no wrong.
No, trust. I don't think we're gonna get a bunch of live action anime that are gonna be good, but I think we're getting more live action anime, and most of them, a lot of them are gonna get canceled. I think.
I will say, just going through the coming soon, Netflix has some new anime coming. So
new live action or new anime?
No, new anime in general. Oh, okay. So we got some stuff coming.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, more opinions. Go
but
ahead.
Yeah, One Piece overall, like you mentioned, the budget. You can see the budget. It's crazy high. But I thought Cowboy Bebop's felt high too.
It was very high.
Yeah.
The budget does not equal quality.
No, 100% no.
Visual quality maybe, but not. Yeah. Not story quality.
Visual quality was there. I liked
Fisheye lens.
Yeah, Fisheye lens was there constantly. I liked all of the actors except for Luffy. He came off as very, but I don't know that you can do this Luffy with anybody because his character is so wild and
SpongeBob
in the anime that you can't like do that with a human and it not be weird or cringe. So nothing against him as a actor or whatever, but I just don't think you can do Luffy that well in live action. But the other characters, I think Sanji and Usopp were the best, surprisingly. Okay. Sanji, whatever reason Sanji they didn't do his curly eyebrow, that made me upset. I was like, that's
they didn't.
Such a small detail. Like,
does he have to earn his curl or something?
Nah, he had it from like day one in the anime.
What?
I don't know why they didn't do that. Usopp didn't have his long nose, but that makes sense.
Yeah, I was wondering about because I stared at him in the picture and I was like, is that Usopp?
Yeah.
I was like, how do I know?
Yeah, exactly. But no, he played his part super, super well. And his role requires very low effects, so it matched perfectly. Similar with Sanji. Zoro.
Does Sanji kick his leg out a lot?
Yeah, he does the kick fighting. Nice. He does some flips sometimes that looks like he's on strings, but I'm like, you can't really do much about that.
You have to.
You just gotta deal with that. Zoro was kind of stiff. Like he's supposed to be the nonchalant like character of the anime, but he still comes off as having a character. In the live action, he just felt like just nonchalant just for the sake of it, like just one word every now and then, super quiet for no reason. Like they stripped his personality and just left the nonchalant, which I didn't think was great.
He does, and y'all. Okay, so y'all did tell me I'm sorry, not he. Y'all told me that the show speeds quickly.
Yeah, like the live action.
Yeah, like it goes quickly through the plot of the early episodes of the show.
Yeah.
And I will say, as someone who has lingered a lot in the early episodes of the anime, Zoro does he's a lot in the beginning. He's in the forefront, and then he quickly zips to the background. So I'm like, that could be like a result of his character being like that.
It could be.
Does Zoro is my favorite character personally.
Yeah, same. No, same.
So the fact and I noticed that because I'm like, I tend to focus on him a lot, so I'm like, yeah, he does kind of zip to the background pretty early, and I'm sure he does get focused on later, but
yeah. And two, it could just be the delivery of the lines and stuff, like they just felt like a person who is almost doing an acting skit instead of really playing a role. Like he's just kind of, it sounds like you can tell he's reading a script. You know what I'm saying?
See, a parody of Zoro?
Kinda, yeah. Even though the actor visually was fine. Like he fit the role. His action scenes with his swords and stuff was
cool.
I
already was like, he looks too young. I was like, he looks like a young version of Zoro.
But Zoro's only 18, something like that. Yeah, 16 or 18 or something.
I'm already no, that man 27.
Dude just been through a lot.
I don't know how people are supposed to be in animes, man.
Yeah. Dude just been through a lot.
I attribute whatever age I want to them.
Yeah.
They're all youthful in my mind.
I almost forgot, but surprisingly, Nami was actually decent. I don't necessarily.
Her eyes are so freakishly bright.
I was about to say, I don't necessarily know that the actor they chose fits who I think of as Nami, but the way she portrays the role does.
They got the hair right.
Yeah, for sure. So, and Nami's one of the ones where, like, I don't know what race she's based off of, because, like, in One Piece, like, Luffy's Brazilian, Zoro's Japanese, Sanji's French, and they all kind of fit in the acting, but I don't know, like, Nami in the live action just looks like an American white girl, but I think
that's what I was wondering.
I think she's like German or something.
Is so weird to me.
Yeah.
Because aren't her eyes blue in the live action show?
Oh, that I don't remember.
They're, at least in the promos, they are bright blue, and I was like, aren't they brown in the show?
I honestly can't remember. But I wasn't overall, like, I wasn't mad at her, but, you know, like, acting and stuff. So I think the initial crew that they introduced was all done pretty well. And then the other main thing about it is that, like you mentioned a second ago, it was super fast.
Her eyes are brown in the anime.
Okay.
Sorry.
She just ain't want to wear contacts.
I'm just trying to see, and they're bright ass blue in the live action. It's driving me insane. Okay.
I don't know how you noticed that.
It's bothering me.
It's
because it's jarring. It looks weird.
Maybe that's part of why, though, that I was saying, like, the actor doesn't feel right, but maybe it's just, like, I didn't notice it was the eyes, but maybe just every little thing that was off kind of added up to the overall feeling.
And it looks like in her regular pictures, it looks like she has brown eyes. So it almost seems like they're making her wear contacts.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
that does seem strange.
Sorry, I just had to look that up.
No, yeah.
She almost looks like the chick from Mythbusters.
From Mythbusters. Yeah, she looks so, like, not actorish. Like, she looks like, I don't know, just like a girl. But yeah, the other thing I want to touch on is that, like you said, it was
look up Carrie Byron.
Carrie
Kari. Look up KARIBYRON.
KARI.
Yeah.
How you spell the last name?
BYRON.
Oh yeah, she does.
That's Nami.
No, it does kind of look like her. That's funny, especially here where she has the bright orange hair. Well, that's crazy. I almost feel like they should have made Nami's hair this color instead of the wig. Like, they use, like, an orange wig, not like a ginger person hair color. But I think she's supposed to be like a ginger person hair color.
Yeah. I mean, there are probably plenty of German people with red hair.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, so the show, it felt like rushed, but, like, what can you do? It's 8 episodes. Well, 8 hour-long episodes, but the anime is, at least that chunk of the anime is at least like 80 or something like that.
Wow.
But so they did a really good job of touching the major plot points. Like, they didn't skip any of the major plot points, but the payoff for those plot points was not the way it should be, because, like, when you got Nami crying and Luffy puts the hat on her head, it hits so much harder because you've been traveling with Luffy for 30 episodes up until then, and Nami for, like, I don't know, 15.
5 months of your life.
No, literally. So it just hits different when the big emotional moments happen. But in the live action, it just feels like they happen and the characters just keep on going past it.
See, this is what I mean. And this is why I will always argue the fact that when they shrunk down the second part of JoJo, it doesn't mean the same.
I didn't know they shrunk it down.
They did. They cut the, like, whole training arc with Caesar and JoJo. And they, like, crunched it into part 1.
Yeah.
It's so upsetting.
So it's like you probably don't get as attached to, like, Caesar as you might have if.
Nope.
No, I feel that. But yeah, it felt like a lot of fan service, like, not like the, like, nudity fan service, but, like, fan service isn't like, this is what you love from the show. Here's this. Yeah. So overall, I think it's, and the pirate ships looked amazing. Like, if you like just cool live action pirate ship designs, like, they did a really good job. Like, I wonder how much they spent on just pirate ship sets alone.
My God, that's where all the money went. Are you kidding me?
Them ships look like for them to not actually go sail on them.
Pirate sets on green screens on like water on this much water.
Yeah.
They've got a basin of water that's about this deep.
Yeah, I'm like, what are y'all gonna do with these after this shooting? Like, they're just wasted now.
No, they're gonna open up an Instagram museum. What are you talking
make
about?
ad revenue. But yeah, so overall, I think it's probably the best attempt they could have done. And if they do come out with more live action anime, if they're at least on par with this or better, I think it's probably gonna be okay. Now with this, once they start getting to the crazy stuff in One Piece, I think it's gonna fall apart. Like, I don't know how you do Lightning Man in live action One Piece. I don't know how you do. No, I don't. I absolutely don't. But yeah, I don't know how you do guy with devil fruit power that makes his legs turn into springs in live action. Like, I don't know how you do some stuff like that. But I don't even know how you do like Ace in live action.
RDC World, bro.
Yeah, but see, that's different because I know
RDC World did it.
I know they're on a YouTube budget, so I appreciate what they're doing. Netflix has the budget, so I'm not gonna appreciate when they do it. It's just I'm gonna be like, you had all this money and this looks like this, like that's crazy.
GOMU.
Yeah, but so yeah, it's One Piece live action. I'm not gonna say watch it or not watch it, but because I don't care to support live action that much. But watch One Piece. I recommend watching the real One Piece or reading it, whichever you prefer. But watch the live action if you want. Don't watch the live action first, though. Dear God, please don't let this be your introduction to One Piece. I hate that. That actually makes me annoyed. So yeah, I'm gatekeeping.
Don't let this be your introduction.
Please, dear God.
Gatekeeping.
Yeah, I'm gatekeeping. Don't let this be like, oh, guys, I know what One Piece is now. I saw the show on Netflix. No, please don't do that. Please don't. I think
Luffy was on. Luffy was the thumbnail on a list of anime characters who are easily recognized by people who don't read or watch anime.
Yeah. Big three, you know what I'm saying? He up there. And Luffy, to me, his design's not even that like interesting. Like in particular, like he's just a dude with flip-flops on and black hair and a straw hat. But it's like, I don't know.
It's like Naruto. You never gonna not know who Naruto is?
But like Naruto is a whole orange jumpsuit in a village of ninja wearing dark colors, and he's got bright yellow.
Whole ass red vest and stretchy ass arms.
Yeah, the arms, but like when he's not stretching, he just looks like a little boy.
But Goku also wears orange.
Yeah.
You don't see people getting Goku and Naruto confused.
Well, no, Naruto has the bright yellow hair.
So does Goku when he's in Super Saiyan form.
I bet you people do get those confused. I bet you somebody's looked at Naruto and been like, oh, that's Super
Goku?
Saiyan?
Where's that Naruto?
Is that Super Saiyan?
The Super Saiyan?
Is that Super Saiyan? I know what that is. I bet you that's happened. That's definitely happened. But nah, let me stop rambling. That was pretty much it for me, my week.
Is that Super Saiyan?
I've heard people call it Super Saiyan. I'm like, why would you?
I'm just saying.
Super Saiyan. So what happens when people don't watch dub? They say things wrong. Super Saiyan.
I did do that last week to my friend. Like,
what?
I was trying to make a point about something, and then he like said something, and I was like, just saying, and I sent a Vegeta, and I said,
just saying. That's funny. Nah, I see what you did there.
It's like, oh.
No,
and I was like, you can't even get mad at me.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny.
But it was Vegeta in the Batman t-shirt.
Yeah.
So good.
There's a YouTube channel, this dude I watch. I kind of want to shout him out now. The Black Hokage. He's a black YouTuber. He has a side channel called I'm Just Saying, and he has himself in a Saiyan gi, and he's just critiquing like anime and TV shows in like a funny way. Yeah, it's so funny.
Perfect.
But yeah, shout out to him. Oh
I'm gonna send him my Steins Gate video when I make it.
Yeah, no, you should.
All right.
But yeah, what's up with you? What's been up with you?
What did I do this week other than get really mad at stuff?
Oh no.
So I played a really old game called River City Tokyo Rumble What's up? I'm playing beat 'em
That's
ups,
a beat
yo.
'em up. Yeah, I was about to say.
It is.
It's a beat 'em up.
Don't ask why, but I'm playing River City Tokyo Rumble.
Was
I'm
it on
going back.
PS2?
No, it's on 3DS.
Oh my god.
So I think I want to play River City Girls.
Mm.
So that's why I started playing this game. So I'm not really going to talk about it a whole lot, except this game is deep. It's way deeper than I thought it was.
What's this one called?
This is
Rumble.
River City Tokyo Rumble.
I just want to look it up.
I'm playing with Kunio, and Shinji, and Ricky, and in the boys, running deep with my gang through Shinjuku, beating up girls.
Oh, I love this art style though. For a beat 'em up.
Running around with my Bancho boys. But yeah, so
My gang.
I'm just playing beat 'em ups. Probably gonna like fold that over into some Shredder's Revenge.
I was just
Hopefully
about to
hear
ask
Shane.
that.
But
It's
yeah,
on sale
I really
right now, I think.
sadly, yeah, I think I already have it.
Oh, okay.
I also want to play, but I did want to play River City Girls because everybody's been talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
There's also like a fat ass River City Girls bundle, so I'm hoping if I play the first one, I'm hoping I'll like the other ones.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you will.
But yeah, I like this game a lot. I like the RPG aspects of it. It's a great game to grind on. The main missions are pretty easy to carry out, and it's really easy to carry out the main missions and then also carry out jobs, and the jobs allow you to get money, which help you level up faster. But yeah, just a really simple RPG, like really easy to like equip shoes and equip the leather belt and like an undershirt or some high top sneaks and just punch and kick somebody and lift dudes over your head and then stomp dude. Like it's really fun to like you can sit on a dude and just punch him.
Oh my
on the
god.
ground, or like swing dudes around.
It's brutal.
So yeah, just an old 3DS game. To not have to like touch the screen on.
Yeah.
If you don't want to touch the screen. So
so
yeah,
it doesn't force the touchscreen controls too hard.
No, you don't have to. I use the touchscreen with a map and the status controls and like to equip my character and all that kind of stuff. But
like
other
stuff
than
like
that,
yeah.
not messing with the touchscreen too much.
Yeah.
But it's a nice game to get away from Starfield and all its goddamn menus. Because goddamn it, that game is just
menu simulator.
Menu travel. So yeah, that's a little throwback title, and
Nice.
yeah, if I get into some more beat 'em ups, I'll fill you in on those and how those. But I love member because I didn't get to do that in school. I would have totally been a awesome ass post up on the wall, like threaten people with my eyes. Gang member.
I feel like we didn't really have like school based gangs like that. We had street gangs probably, but them
it was
kids
too hard. Like we had too many teachers just ready to like throw shit at you.
Yeah.
And like bust up your gang.
Yeah. I was about to say the gang member kids probably just weren't coming to school, I would assume.
No, definitely weren't.
They just weren't coming.
They're hanging out by their cars.
On the block.
Yeah, they weren't coming to school. They were already in trouble before school started.
With the law.
But yeah, check out that old game. Check out any River City game. There's a couple.
I think Rampage is the newest one, right?
There's River City. Well, I was like, Rampage?
Isn't that the newest one? River City Rampage on like modern consoles?
No, River City Girls is the newest one on
that's
Switch.
Okay.
But there's River City Ransom on SNES. I think on the online consoles, on the Switch online consoles. I can't remember which. I think it's either SNES or NES online. I think. But 3DS has like a couple of titles. There's even like a River City Nights where it's like old throwback Japan.
Really?
And you're like going over like old dusty bridges and stuff, but you're like in samurai gear, but it's the same.
That's
like,
actually hilarious. I would play that one.
You're still like Kunio.
Yeah.
You're still like beating people up.
I want to play that one.
But yeah, I'm gonna try that one out probably after this.
Oh, so Rampage was an old arcade game that I think got remastered recently.
But it's just called Rampage, right?
River City Rampage.
Oh, it's River City Rampage.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, wait, isn't Rampage the one with the 3 monsters?
That's the movie, right?
No, that's also a game.
No, but I mean it was the movie with The Rock was
Yes.
based on the game.
Was based on the game.
No, this
Yeah.
this one I'm talking about is like in the series that you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard of that one yet. Just because I looked up a bunch of them last night, trying to figure out what other ones were in the series.
I might still be saying the name wrong. I'm not sure, but that's not important.
But yeah, River City Ransom is the oldest one that I could find. Because it looked like two old Double Dragon dudes on the cover.
Yeah.
They're just like.
Yeah. Because Double Dragon was a beat 'em up too, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I think it was like arcade one.
But anyway, on to newer games. So I've also been playing a lot of Starfield. And I started playing Starfield not thinking I was going to play Starfield seriously. And I'm still not really playing Starfield seriously. Like, I'm probably having trouble with it because I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing. And the funny part is like, I super duper played Fallout 4 really hard. Like, I played Fallout 4 probably like 4 times.
That's how it was with 3.
Again, like everybody played New Vegas, right?
Yeah,
I got New Vegas for free, never touched it
because I played Skyrim like 20 times. I love Skyrim.
Yeah, I played Skyrim, probably fought one dragon. Then I tried to join the Thieves Guild and got so mad I just gave up and never cared again.
Yeah.
It was just so clunky for me.
Yeah,
like,
they are
clunky.
Look,
I was playing Uncharted, y'all. Like,
no, they are clunky.
That game was smooth as shit. I wasn't trying to go back to Skyrim.
They are.
But
this game though, sorry not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
This game has the best like Bethesda shooting ever, like combat ever. I don't know what they did. But I don't know what they did.
So
some witchcraft.
Again, I'm half-ass playing this game, and it's like I kept having to remind myself this is a Fallout game.
Yeah.
Right? But in space.
Just in space, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I'm playing it, and I'm just like, this game is so weird. But then I would get, like, I kept playing it wanting to get to, like, the shooting parts. And then I would get to a shooting part, and I'm like, oh, I kind of like that. And but then it would get to, like, oh, I got to travel to this next
dialogue
place.
And ship stuff and, menu management.
And then there's a couple places where I'm like, how the hell do I get to this place? Like, I kept being like, open menu, open to map, open to location, okay, fast travel, okay.
Yeah. And now you're like the planet near it, and now you're like, you can't just get in your ship, fly off the planet, fly to your next planet type of thing.
Well, there was one place where I'm just like, okay, open map, I'm on the planet I need to be on, but then I'm like, well, what?
Where on the planet?
Yeah, I'm like, which location?
Yeah.
And then it's like, how do I actually fast travel there?
I'm not a big fan of the map system and the planet map system.
And then it's like being in your like HUD, and then like you can actually like the scanning mechanism of like you can fast travel in your like viewfinder.
Yeah.
But like that doesn't always 100% work.
Yeah.
And then like being encumbered happens very quickly.
Please take that out of games developers. Dear God, it's the worst mechanic.
It's in there, like if it's gonna be in there, make the limit a lot higher.
Yeah.
Like make it believably high. Give me a bigger knapsack, guys.
Yeah.
Like So rewinding a little bit, but yeah, it's like so very quickly I guess like you're a mining person. But then like you meet this like Asian mining lady, and she's yelling at everybody, and she's like yelling at you, and she's like, get your space laser, we gotta mine this place out. And then she like walks you down, she's like, all right, here's how you use your laser. And then she's yelling at this other dude, she's like, hey, that's a space laser, not a space sledgehammer. Hey. And
first day on the job,
before you know it, you're down in this one place, and your laser, she's like, this guy's like, I don't know if we should be lasering down here, and she's like, don't tell me what a laser saying, we gotta do the job. And then you laser this one thing, and it like explodes in your face. And then that happens, and then all of a sudden you're being attacked. And then that first fight scene is kind of fun, right? Because you're
you get your pistol.
And you fire that
pick
magnum,
up the SMG.
Like,
so
was that like an auto?
The dudes you're shooting at, some of them have SMGs, and you can start looting them like immediately.
See, I didn't even realize. It took me a minute to realize I could steal guns.
Yeah.
So, no, I probably use that first magnum
that pistol
forever. it took me like again. I told you I kept having to remind myself what I was playing.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know when I could realize that I could like how I get. Took me like 2 hours to even use the shortcut menu because I was like, how do I switch my weapon?
I know, yeah. Oh, that to be fair though, that and the main thing that like kind of blew my mind because this has never ever been good in a Bethesda game before is the way your feet move on the ground in third person. It actually like makes sense physically now.
What do you mean?
Like next time when you go to play Starfield, go into third person and just move your.
So the first thing I did when you first get control of your character and the lady's like checking you, or whatever, the first thing I did was look down and I was like, oh, so I don't have any feet.
Can't see your feet. Yeah, I always do that in first person games too. I'm like, did they render the feet? Nope, they didn't. Save some resources.
But go ahead. What were you saying?
But no, go in third person and look at like where your feet touch the ground and just move your character around. In Starfield, it's the physics on it are very like on point. In every other Bethesda game, it looks like you're like moonwalk skating whenever you're in third person. It's so like night and day. I'm like, what did they do?
That's how I feel when I play Jedi Survivor. Yeah, that's why I can't play Jedi Survivor. I feel like I'm gonna throw up the way that dude skates around.
He's very like he's very like loose
and he feels like a gyro, like
he's very loose
on top of the skating.
Yeah There's some weird physics going on there.
It's funny that you mentioned that too, because on top of the physics, like when you become encumbered, your footsteps become so loud.
Oh, do they really?
It's like clack 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 clack.
Yeah,
and I was like, really?
I feel like they revamped the physics or something. They had to, like, it's crazy.
But so that was something that I noticed, and then so the first I got to an area probably a couple days ago where I got to zero gravity, and it was a shooting. So I was wondering, I was like, how is shooting gonna work when I'm floating? And it worked exactly like I thought. I'm firing an automatic,
and you like,
and I'm I'm like, shit. I'm like, this is gonna be interesting.
Gotta be careful here.
But yeah, so I was like, oh man, I actually was getting kind of like, and this doesn't happen to me in games, but I was actually getting a little like, because I was in like this big kind of like casino type place. It was like, I don't know if it was like some type of like Star Dock or something, but it was like this big casino type place, and it was completely shifting around me. And like, so I'm coming down this hallway, and then it like completely opens up, and you could see exit signs, right? So you could kind of orient it to yourself as you needed to. But as soon as I got into this room, I could see dudes everywhere, and they start firing at me. So I try to find a corner to kind of like
to post
hide.
up, yeah.
But once I got out there, it's like everything's just garbage, just floating
around,
everywhere.
yeah.
So I'm just like, brah, 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 brah. And then once you start doing that, your
orientation's all jacked up, yeah.
And so I'm just trying to like kind of float, and it's like Y. I think it's like Y and B are your up and down like boosters. Once you start doing that, you're just like,
yeah.
So then I'm trying to like orient myself and just make sure nobody's shooting at me, and then I'm just sitting in my bed like on my laptop, and I'm just like,
that's hilarious.
I was like, I gotta stop for a second and like figure out where up is and where down is. But like kind of did that to me for a second. I was like, funny. Okay. And I was like, I couldn't remember. We had just been talking about a game probably like a few months ago. We were talking about a game shooting in zero gravity, and I don't think it was this game.
I know there's that game Boundary that's coming out. It's like
maybe
a multiplayer
that
shooter
sounds familiar.
In space. Yeah.
And I was like, if that's what this is gonna be like, I'm gonna be sick all the time. But that part, like, and that was like, this was not a mission. I think this was just me docking at like a random like spaceship or something that I saw. Yeah. That I was like, I wonder if I just stop here on my way to wherever I was going.
There's this one, you just reminded me, there's this one Bleach character who his sword power, like when he releases it, it makes his opponent, it reverses all of their orientations. And it's like they just get like when they fight him because they can't like do anything anymore. It's funny.
It was like, oof. And then
Yeah.
what is the thing called? What's the big horned monster called in Fallout
Oh,
that
the
killed
Death
like
Claw, right? Death
yeah,
Claw
yeah,
or Terror Claw or
yes,
something like that.
yes, the Death Claw. So this has a Terramorph,
Oh God,
which is essentially the Death
Space
Claw
Death
of
Claw.
this game.
Jesus Christ, I'm scared.
And you meet it very quickly.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like you I think like I don't know if it is a main mission or not, but it's like I showed up to this one planet and I think I was supposed to be like dropping off some cargo.
Mm-hmm.
And I come to and they said they're like terramorphs only show up on planets where humans have like seriously established like society.
Yeah.
Core.
And you like look at the planet you're on, you're like, ugh.
Well, it's just like yeah, people are living here, society's established, but I show up and it's just like nobody's where they're supposed to be. Like chairs are empty, things are tossed about, and then it's just like blood splatters, scrapes,
Yeah.
turn cargo, and it's like,
my
oh
God.
great,
Gotta fight,
and then
boss fight.
there's like one person there and they're just clutching their arm.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh great.
Oh my God. Jeez.
So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out how to fight that thing.
I think in Fallout 4, like the first 30 minutes you fight one too, right? But you get a power suit, I think, in that one. I don't know if there's power suits. Are there power suits yet or equivalent?
No, but they give you something to help you
to
fight.
Use it. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm like, yeah, this God. I was like, this is the Death Claw. This game.
Yeah.
And they're awful.
I bet. Yeah, they're aggressive before. They're super aggressive.
But yeah, so I don't know if this game is gonna hold me because I did go back to Remnant. I've gone back to Remnant a couple times while playing this game, and like I said, I'm playing Tokyo Rumble in between. But they're doing something.
Yeah.
This is the Fallout of space. I can see it. I
can
see it. But yeah, I could definitely get burnt out super fast.
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
I'm super early in it still.
I'm not I am nowhere near understanding the systems.
And they got all that like base building and spacecraft building and yeah, I haven't even gotten really to that stuff
I don't even understand how to upgrade my ship. I have no idea.
But I have heard you can kind of ignore a lot of that stuff. Like you can do like the bare minimum like in the tutorial part of it when they first introduce it to you, but after that you really don't gotta focus on that stuff, which to me that's a good thing, like if you don't force people to
and
do that
you
stuff.
you can join like every faction.
Nice.
There's 4 factions and you can join every faction.
Nice.
But yeah, they said you can low level your way through the mainline story of the game. Okay,
that's solid.
But yeah, I'm like, I just don't know how interested I'll be in the actual story.
Yeah, I feel that. So one thing I want to say too is I'm actually playing it on Steam Deck on low settings, and it's very surprising that it actually works pretty well on Steam Deck. Like,
yeah.
Like I'm so shocked. Yeah, like on a Steam Deck though. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, a low end.
Well, I was gonna say honestly, I just feel like the things that don't need to load don't load.
What you mean? Oh, like in the environment type.
View.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Because I was like, I think it will run on the Game Pass on my Samsung TV.
Oh, probably, yeah, I'm sure. And too, like, I don't know if you've ever played a game like on your PC on low where it looked horrible, like it looked like a potato, like things were all polygony and it's all blurry. This game's actually not like that when you put it on low. No. It still looks pretty good. Like it's a little blurrier, but that was like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's like some games will just cut like all assets to make the low version work, but this actually still looks like a pretty good game on low setting. It's commendable.
But real quick, just so we get through the rest of this, I'll finish the rest of my week real quickly so that we move on to some other things. But I watched oh my god, sorry, my dog is crying for no reason.
Oh no.
I watched the movie, watched The Last Voyage of the Demeter. For those who haven't heard of that, it is a horror movie that is out right now. There is a historical aspect to this movie. I don't want to give too much away, but it was a good movie. This movie felt like a movie. And for those of you that might not know what that means, I mean, like, it felt like I went to the movie theater. I did not go to the movie theater to watch this, but it felt like if I went to the movie theater, it felt like I was watching a real. Like there was a score, there was a plot, the characters were characters. Like it didn't feel cheap. It didn't feel like I was being marketed. Something was being marketed to me.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like the movie was trying to sell me a
toys
theme.
or something.
It didn't feel like the movie was trying to push some message on me. You know, it wasn't feeling like the movie was trying to make me feel woke. The movie wasn't trying to make me feel like something about women. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it wasn't a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Disney movie.
Yeah.
So it just felt like I was like there was a point in the movie to which I was just like, holy shit, like this is for real a movie. Like there's like a sinister turn and like stuff that I thought was happening is not happening, and like
it's not like microwave food like a lot of movies are.
It was very well put together.
Yeah. It's like a well-made, handmade meal as opposed to a 5-minute TV dinner.
Yeah, and there were some characters or some actors that I didn't expect to see in it, and some actors I had never seen before. So, I highly recommend it if you're looking for something darker to watch.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't want to spoil the better part of it.
Yeah, for sure.
And the last part of this is I'm reading a book. Like I said earlier when we opened the show, I'm reading a book called Fairy Tale by Stephen King.
Stefan.
I don't know. Wow.
Stefan King.
Not even spelled like that at all.
I actually don't know how it's spelled.
Not an A to be found in there.
Is he a STEV or STEPH?
E.
Huh?
Or PH.
He's a PH. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, he has another fake name. It's like Richard Bachman or something like that. He's got a pen name that he writes.
Really? So he writes other books like not under his own name? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I can't remember what it is though.
That's wild.
I don't know why I picked this book up, but the synopsis for it kind of caught me, and I haven't read a Stephen King book in a very long time. Like I said, the last one I read was Under the Dome, and the ending to that was freaking bonkers, and I didn't finish it. I just read the ending because I was like, I cannot. Like, so much was happening in that book that I was like, I cannot take this anymore. I need to know what the end is.
Yeah, just get me there.
It's not gonna be worth this garbage.
All this.
And it was not.
So you made the right call.
Yes, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I still don't know if the show, because it was a show, it ended up being a show, and I don't even know if the show ended.
What's it called? Did you say the name yet?
Of this one?
Yeah.
Fairy Tale.
Okay. Fairy Tale, that's right.
So the synopsis basically for this was like, it was like 2 sentences. It was like Charlie, it was something about like this boy named Charlie meets this old man, and then the old man has like a weird shed behind his house. That's the end, and that was like the end of it. And I was like,
great setup.
Cool, I'm in.
Mystery.
And simply because it was Stephen King, and I was like, there was something else that Stephen King wrote about like some tall grass, and it was like the weirdest, coolest shit.
I saw the movie.
Did you watch? Yeah,
that was cool, right?
Movie.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
That one was cool.
And that was another one. He wrote that in like a night, and I'm like, all right,
seriously? Jesus
like,
Christ.
Sometimes it's hit and miss with that movie.
That one was based on a book too, a full book.
I think he wrote that. I don't know if that was a short story or not.
Yeah.
But
sense. That's crazy.
Or that might have been his son, or he might have wrote it with his son, or one or the other.
Yeah.
So this one, okay. So all I'm really gonna say about this is that I have read it for about 4 days now, and the thing that drives me insane, but also fascinates me about Stephen King, is that this man, he both irritates me and sucks me in by writing the most deeply inane characters. And by that I mean like the thing that makes his characters believable and annoying is that he creates realistic but also not realistic characters. So I've been reading about what feel like annoyingly real people for 11 chapters. Nothing has
Oh my
happened.
God.
Nothing has happened, bro.
Yeah.
So, okay. Met a boy named Charlie. He's like 10 years old. You got his dad, his mom, right? We learned. So this is how he starts the story. He's like, everybody starts this story by writing about something unbelievable. And he was like, I'm going to tell you like this. He's like, where does the story start? Let's start here. Should I start the story about the bridge or a miracle? Let's start with the bridge. And he's like, so there's this bridge that runs over this river. So he tells a story about a bridge that got torn down, new bridge got built, but the bridge is made of metal, so it's got grating, but they didn't pave it over.
Okay.
So because the bridge didn't get paved over, a truck slid and killed this boy's mother.
Okay.
Right? Because they live so close to the store over the bridge that the mom used to walk to get them fried chicken for dinner. So the boy's mom dies when he's like 10. The dad gets sad about it, of course. Dad becomes an alcoholic. So dad's an alcoholic for a few years. The boy gets so upset about it. They're not a religious family, but the boy decides to pray one night. So because the boy decides, he's like, he promises God, if you stop my dad from drinking, I'll just be a good boy. Generally a good boy, right? Like, I'll do good deeds. I'll be the best at everything. I'll play sports. I'll have good grades. I'll do good deeds. I'll volunteer, blah, blah, blah. Does all that kind of stuff. UNICEF.
God's like, I don't care. You're supposed to be doing that anyway.
So, hold on. So he does that. Dad stops drinking. He never tells his dad any of this, right? Just prays to it one night. Dad stops drinking. This goes on until he's like 17, right? So 17, he's a double varsity athlete. Triple, actually, he's playing 3 sports or 2 sports. He's coming home one day on his bike. Here's a dog howling up on the creepy house. This is where he meets old man. Dog howling in the backyard. Old man's falling on the back steps. Dog howls, calls 911. They come to save the old man. He gets a picture in the paper because everyone thinks he saves the old man. He keeps telling everyone it's the dog. Because
it's the dog.
The dog howled. That's how he heard. That's how he knew the old man got hurt.
I thought you meant the dog called 911.
No, he calls 911 because of the dog. They keep going, you're the hero, you're the hero. He's like, not me, it's the dog, not me, it's the dog, not me. So he starts bonding with the dog because he's like, you saved him, not me. But then he's bonding with the dog, but the owner also loves the dog. So now he's bonding with the dog and the owner. This is all going on for 11 chapters, right?
Jesus Christ.
Nothing about the shed except one time he hears a scratch from the shed in all these 11 chapters.
Yeah.
So he's bonding with the dog. The dog is old. So he's taking care of the dog while the owner is in the hospital. The owner is also like an old curmudgeon man who never talks to anybody. Boy is still just doing good deeds because he's like, can't not do good deeds because if I stop, my dad's
made that promise.
My dad's gonna start drinking again. Also swirling in the back of my mind, this boy probably has some form of OCD. Like, this is in the back of my head. So all this is going on. He's getting more and more attached to this old man. He's getting more and more attached to this dog. Dad is getting a little bit suspicious, but is also just kind of super proud because his son is in the newspaper, is getting called like the town hero by everybody. And then, so all of this leads up to old man gets out of the hospital. More scratches from the shed, but shed is locked and nothing comes out of shed. Nothing else. No explosions. Just kind of scratches behind the door.
Yeah.
Only has happened twice, and this is months. Cause this man's leg is shattered.
Yeah.
Okay, he cannot walk. So he's got 6 months he's got to heal like this. So this boy has now bonded to this man, bonded to this dying dog.
Jesus.
So now we're at the point where this man's leg is healed. He can walk on a cane. Dog has gotten a little bit better, but now can't walk upstairs. So now we're sad. We're crying with the dog.
That is sad.
Boy is now getting paid from mysterious gold bucket that is up in the old man's room in a safe with a gun. And one day pounding starts coming from the shed.
Okay.
Just randomly, middle of the day. Boom, 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 boom. And the old man is like, what the hell? And he's like, somebody move the boards and the bricks. And Charlie is like,
yeah.
He's like, I have been here. He's like, I've asked about the gold. I've asked about the shed. You ain't said shit.
Yeah.
And so he's like, Charlie, go get my gun. So by this point, Charlie knows the combination to the safe and all that, right? So he goes and gets a gun. This dude puts the gun on with a belt that has come from nowhere. It's like a holster, right? Gets up on his cane, walks outside. He's like, Charlie, stay in here with Radar, because that's the name of the dog.
Radar.
He's like, stay in here with Radar. And he's like, hold on. He's like, stay here.
Yeah.
Charlie's sitting in the window. Charlie's like 17 years old, but he's like 6'4".
Yeah.
Charlie's sitting in the window. Old dude goes outside, goes to the shed,
shoot something,
opens the shed. Charlie said he sees a shadow and nothing else in the shed. And he sees him open the shed, door shuts behind him, and he said he just hears two muffled like thunk thunks. Pop, pop. He said like somebody wrapped a sledgehammer in velvet.
Yeah.
He's like, he just hears pop pop.
Yeah. He had to reassert his dominance in that shed.
And then he said he just comes out of the shed and won't tell him what happened. And then the next, I think like 2 days after that, because Charlie is like his caretaker, he's paying him $500 a week to take care of him. 2 days after that, Charlie's in chemistry class, gets a phone call from old boy, mid heart attack.
Jesus. Tells
him the gun and the tape recorder are under his bed. The tapes have everything he needs to know on them. And if he wants to know about the shed, he just has to listen to the tape. Yeah. And he can make his decision after he listens to the tapes.
Yeah.
And that's where I stopped reading.
Oh. He's not getting to them tapes easily.
11 chapters. No, the old man is dead now. He had a heart attack.
Somebody gonna come in there and swipe them tapes up. It's gonna be an ordeal getting them tapes.
The bucket of gold.
Yeah, I got a feeling. I'm on the old man side though. I think he's a good old man.
I think he's a good old man too. But I'm just like, Jesus Christ, Stephen King. I had to go through
all
a dog. I gotta go through this dog dying. This boy has gone to the pharmacy for this dog. He has had to wipe this old man's butt.
Yeah.
He's had to go through his dad being an alcoholic. I gotta go through all this just to go through a fantasy hole in a shed. Come on, Steven.
You gotta get close to what's the name, Charlie? You and Charlie gotta get close, get real close.
Even J.K. Rowling only made me spend half a summer in that cupboard with Harry, before we went to magic school.
Yeah.
Come on. I didn't have to spend Christmas with the Dudleys.
That's hilarious. Ain't no way he's about to go in there and go to Narnia or something. He can't be. I'm not that familiar with Stephen King, so maybe he is, but
I want to know what he shot in that shed.
That's why I'm like, it's got to be some type of like demon or something, some type of creature.
He said somebody moved the boards and the bricks.
Yeah. The boards and the bricks.
But that's what I'm saying, like, is whatever's in there is safe enough to keep in there with boards and bricks and a gun?
And it must not, like, how many times has he had to go in there and shoot it to like make it calm back down again or whatever?
Like, you're keeping it in there with a 6-shooter?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
That's weird.
So, yeah, we'll see. I'll let you know what it gets. But I was like, the whole time I'm reading, I'm like, I could see this being some dragged out Hulu show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like somebody's on episode 6 and I gotta tell them, hang on, it's gonna get better.
It's getting there. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've already been there with like 8 million shows.
I don't even recommend shows like that anymore. I can't bring it out of my heart to do that to somebody.
But I see, like, I've watched so many Stephen King adaptations that I'm like,
you kind of can see where it's going.
his pattern.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, yeah, and it's like, it almost feels like he has to, like, and that's why I'm like, when you were talking about, like, spending that time with Nami and Luffy, it's like, I wouldn't be crying about that
That's kind of what it is, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be upset about, would I be as upset about these characters?
Yeah.
Would I be as upset about this dude dying if I hadn't spent
if
all
you
this
spent
time
like
with him?
2 chapters with him instead, it might just be, oh, that's just another whatever. Like,
right.
Don't even think about that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there are some writers who can get that kind of emotion across.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you almost kind of got to earn it too, in a way. Like, you got to earn the right to be able to take up that much of someone's time without telling them what the payoff's going to be ahead of time. Like, because no matter what, they don't know if the payoff's going to be worth spending all that time. So it's like they're trusting you. They're giving all their trust in the author or the writer or the director or whatever.
Because sometimes I'm reading this, because this is taking place in like from 2009 to like 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reading this going like, what parent is going to let their child like stay and take care of an old man,
a random old
that
man
they don't know, like up the street? I'm like, the whole time I'm reading, I was like, not my mother.
Was it small town vibes though? You know what I mean? Like, you know how
small town, but like the father is like, yeah, I've waved at this dude and said, how's the weather? But I don't know this man.
Okay.
It's like, he's like, he's lived here up the street since we bought the house.
Mm-hmm.
But like, this dude don't cut his grass. His fence is falling down. Like, nobody knows.
He's like the weird guy over on the corner.
Yeah, like he doesn't come out the house and everybody's afraid of his dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody knows him. So it's like, like your first interaction with him was meeting him with a crushed leg on the back steps. So it just seems a little weird that it's like, okay, now I'm gonna stay the night with him and make sure he doesn't overdose on Oxycontin. That's a little weird.
I guess maybe there's not like a fear of old people, because they're like a little more harmless. Like, I could see a parent being like, oh, it's just some old guy. Not saying that's right. Not saying that's the right way to look at it. But as opposed to like
your dad's not offering to stay with you. It's a little weird.
It's a little red
It's just
flag-ish.
a little weird.
I could see like if he was still on the alcohol and he was just drunk all the time, so he's just not paying attention.
That too.
But if he's sober and he's like, he actually cares about his son.
And he's playing, like, you're gonna let him quit. You told him he's gotta get scholarships for college because you told him you can't afford college. But you're gonna let him quit baseball. That he's varsity. And he's weird. Like one of the best on the team.
Just to take care of.
And you're about to let him quit football to like stay with this dog that's about
weird.
to die.
Yeah, that's weird. That's super weird. That's super weird.
It's just a little. So it's like these things that you're asking me to extend belief a little bit are hard.
But maybe they're gonna do the One Piece thing where it's like, you're watching however many hundreds of episodes and you're like, that's a plot hole, but whatever, I won't think about it too hard. That's a plot hole, that's a plot hole, that. But then on episode 1001, they're like, that was like that because of this reason, that was like, and you're like, yo.
But some things are way easier to believe. The nosy ass neighbor is super easy to believe.
Because that's real. That's just real in real life. Yeah. But who knows? Maybe the dad's in cahoots. Maybe the dad was like, maybe he'll just do some crazy twist with the dad, and it'll be like, oh, I get it.
But yeah, the dad, like a couple of times, the dad is like, son, are you like, I know that you're this way because I was an alcoholic and you had to take care of me. Don't you think this is a little bit much?
Okay.
And then he'll get like, to us, he'll be like, I'm doing this because of the promise I made to God. But I'm not going to tell dad that. And then he'll get a little defensive, and then the dad like immediately backs off. But I'm like, any other parent would just be like, no.
I was about to say, so it sounds like his dad is like more of like the not stern parent. He's like the pushover-ish, like, okay, son, whatever you want to do, it's fine. It's your world. Like, seems like that type of parent. It's funny.
But yeah, so we'll see if that. I hope it's better than Under the Dome. But it got pretty good reviews, and that's kind of the other reason I was reading it. So hopefully it continues on. But yeah, I didn't pick up any news this week. Did you?
Nah, not really. Nothing crazy. I'm trying to think if there was anything.
We don't have to force anything. There's plenty of anime to talk about.
Yeah, I feel like anime is gonna take a while.
Backed
or
up.
Potentially. So yeah, I'm down to go to anime.
Let's go straight to Anime Corner. now. What were you saying about only having Juju to watch? Because that's how I feel.
Oh, I was saying my backlog is cramped in between them Juju
Jobless is
episodes.
trying to literally crush my heart out of my chest.
Yeah, Jobless is kind of I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like I was about Shield Hero a little bit.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
I'm just
because
saying.
if you actually for a second, if you even for a second realize what's happening in Jobless, if you even for one inkling of a minute second, even for a pinch of your reckless heart, realized what's going on with Rudeus, you wouldn't say what you're about to say. Don't.
I think you think I'm about to say something. I'm not about to disrespect Jobless, but I will say, I think it's just the isekai effect. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's the isekai effect.
What?
I think I can't not think of these shows as isekai. And so when they have any little bit of a lull, it's like, it's a lull and it's a isekai.
Like, I'm gonna Sanji you right now.
Why I gotta?
I'm gonna.
It's the isekai. They should just start if the show isn't like you going into it, like if they're not doing the video game HUD and all that, like they don't do the video game HUD and job. They should just call it like a fantasy anime.
Do I gotta bring out my Sanji leg?
Huh?
Do I gotta like? You're gonna have to like Adobe a suit pants leg onto my leg
with the fire on it. Oh my god! I'm not saying it's bad,
guys,
but I'm falling asleep a little bit.
I don't have the metabolic nutrients that I need to get on here every week.
I'm not gonna stop watching
and defend Mushoku Tensei the way that I want to.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just falling asleep a little bit.
Physically exhausted.
That's it.
I know, but that's because you don't understand what's happening.
Why is Rudy not an adult yet?
You don't understand.
But why is he not an adult yet? Why can't we just skip to when he's an adult? Like, he's been a teenager long enough. I understand.
I feel like Deku in that one gif.
With the All Might figure in his hand.
I'm like standing Rudy so hard right now.
Oh man, I like him as a character. There's nothing against him as a character.
He's growing.
The pacing of the what's happening.
What's happening right now? For anyone, not that anyone's concerned. Nobody's concerned. Nobody cares. It's me. I'm in the 1% right now. Nobody cares but me. So Rudy.
Still probably the best isekai, but
my poor sweet baby boy, Rudy. Sweet boy. He's blocked. Rudy's chakra is blocked.
It's
blocked.
It is blocked, yeah.
By that horrible red devil, Eris. Right?
Is the wildest.
He got stun locked, right?
Thing ever.
He can't get out of it.
It's wild.
And so there's also like the one thing that we're failing at as anime hosts to our audience. I won't say we're failing. I'm failing a little bit because I'm a little bit bigger fan of this than you are. Is the world building in this show. There's a lot more happening in the manga, world building wise, because they do a lot more. I don't know if you're familiar, Ty, but in the manga, sometimes they'll have those little mini chapters, those little 0.5 chapters. And Mushoku has a hell of a lot of those.
Okay.
So, in the world building of Mushoku... Are they
skipping it in the anime?
Yes.
That's unfortunate.
Well, I'll say a little bit. I've seen little sprinkles here and there I've noticed in the show. And there's some political aspects to Rudy's reunion that we are hoping to occur.
Okay.
So, while I agree with you about the pacing, I think that the pacing has more to do with that than his personal growth.
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
And when I say, I want to clarify a little bit. When I say pacing, I'm mainly talking about like, okay, now, because they're doing mundane. It's very mundane right now. Like it's Rudy living his day-to-day life at school, and I'm like,
At magic school.
yeah, and I'm like, okay, we got this already, kind of with the beginning part of Jobless, where we saw him grow up to the age that he's at now. Like I feel like we're kind of past the need to be in mundane time with him. Like, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Part of me wants to tell you, number one, don't worry. The other part of me wants to tell you, yeah, I think this is a balancing act with the stuff that's happening that we just don't see because they're just not showing it.
Yeah.
Because there's stuff going on with that princess.
Yeah.
The blonde princess.
The one that Fitz follows around.
Yes.
Okay.
There's stuff going on with her and her battle for the throne that they're not even telling us about
at all. Yeah, like
at all.
They barely even showed her on screen.
And it literally directly has to do with Rudy. And it has to do with
like
her,
the Grey Rat lineage or something like that.
It has to do with her and Fitz and Rudy directly. And they will come to explain it soon, I hope.
Okay. I would imagine
there's also some plot wrapped like around some characters that I think will be introduced too soon, but I'm standing in defense of like you've seen all the Harry Potter movies, right, Tiz? For
the most part, yeah.
What does that mean?
The last 2 or 3 are kind of fuzzy.
Oh, okay. Did you see the 4th one?
What was the title?
Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay, so for anyone that seen like the Harry Potter movies, like all of them or whatever, it's like you have like it's like 1 and 2 and 3, and it's like it's like introduction to Harry Potter. It's like the first one's like, oh, welcome to Magic World, and then it kind of like from there it's like danger, and then it kind of just increases in severity, right?
Yeah.
But anybody who's a little more intimate with Harry Potter knows that movie number 4 is awkward teenager love movie, right? Movie number 4 is Hermione gets put in dress and Ron gets jealous.
And yeah,
Harry awkwardly, Harry has weird long hair and awkwardly smiles at Asian girl.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
This is Harry Potter movie number 4.
Right.
For Rudeus.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense, yeah.
Does that make it a little bit better?
That makes sense, yeah. That makes sense. Don't get me wrong, I'm not jumping off the roller coaster. I'm on the roller coaster till the end.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, as far as, like, that's how I'm seeing this. I'm like, this is his time to relive that weirdness in his life. And Jesus Christ, like, that, I'm kind of glad we're past, like, him like almost stabbing himself in the street.
Yeah.
I'd rather deal with this than that.
Yeah.
But man, I'm like the stuff that's coming, I think is gonna be worth this.
Yeah.
That's why that's the only reason that I'm like, bro, just before you bemoan this part of the season, like I'm saying, like, where we ended with Shield Hero deserved the whole bemoan that it got.
That was straight up filler.
Yeah.
That was straight up filler.
Wait until this ends.
Okay.
Before we bemoan it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because once it's done in it, if it deserves it, I'll bemoan it with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I'm not hating. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, oh, the show is losing points as a whole. I think like you're kind of saying, it's part of a cycle. Like with certain shows, like they kind of have these phases. Like there's shows that I love, like that are, you know, slow or whatever for a period, and then they get into something happens, and it's like, wow, this is like amazing.
Sometimes there's a slowness that I'm with you, like there was with Shield Hero.
Yeah.
But that second season's slowness was like, what is happening? Like,
that was like a side story. Yeah, that was like a story that didn't need to happen.
Whereas in the first season, when it happened, it was like, this is happening to the character.
Yeah.
And we all feel this, and it sucks. That's how I feel now with Rudy. where I'm like, I feel like I'm going through this with him.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm like, I feel like I'm feeling his pain, and so
Yeah.
I'm like, it hurts me a little bit less.
I will say this show does a really good job of that, of making you be right there with Rudy throughout the whole journey. Like, I don't know any other better way to explain it, but yeah.
He is stuck, right? Like, he can't figure out this disappearance thing. He can't figure out, like, he keeps saying
what
like,
to do next in general.
He's like, there's this mass teleportation, but he's like, all the things point to a summons.
Yeah.
But he's like, you can't summon people in this world.
And so teleportation is like, isn't it like forbidden or something like that, or illegal or something crazy? I can't remember.
Well, he's just like, for all intents and purposes, what was done shouldn't be capable of being done, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, all the signs point to someone summoning us.
Someone did that,
but you can't do that.
Yeah.
According to all the laws of magic in this land, you can't summon a human soul to another place.
Yeah.
So he's like, how did this happen? So that's what, like, for all intents and purposes, he is stuck.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're stuck.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's why I'm kind of like, it kind of does fit.
Yeah, no, it does. I'm with you. I think it's like the method of storytelling, and it's like, in order to keep you there with him, you can't really know more than he knows, or you can't really be in the world any more than he is. Like, you got to be where he is at his exact point.
And it's like, this week, like, where I was, he's like, I'm stuck here and my dick don't work. Sucks.
That still doesn't have to be, that's not a plot point. Like, it doesn't do anything for the plot. Like, other than lead him,
life, bro.
Other than the man god dude being like, if you go here, you'll fix all your problems. Like,
it's a slice of his life.
It's horrible.
In his life, his dick don't work.
So unnecessary. So it's unnecessary.
It's a slice of his life.
But it's not. It doesn't add anything.
It's his life. Part of his.
But it doesn't have to be his life.
Are you gonna say, what's the other chick's name? What's the other chick's name? The chick who was with him. No, the girl with the big curls. That's a part of her life. We're gonna say that's not a part of her life.
Oh.
The chick that Cliff just hooked up with.
Yeah, but she's not a main character, so I don't care about her.
No,
she's
but
barely
I'm just
on
saying,
screen.
Just saying, like,
Rudy's on screen every second, reminding us.
I'm just saying that's a part of her curse.
Yeah, like, it doesn't have to be though.
If we had a slice of her life, like, that's part of her life. Saying.
Such a weird writing decision.
Never watch. What's that other anime? Never watch School Days.
I've heard of that one.
Don't ever watch.
Doesn't sound like a title that I would immediately click on. I don't know what the cover looks like. That'll be the other half of my judgment.
But yeah, so I'm probably ahead of you then if I watch the subtitle one.
Yeah. I just saw Rudy fight, basically scrap with the dog and the two dog girls.
Oh shit!
And now they're like his slaves or something like that.
Yeah, you're right.
Something else might have happened, but like I said, it's kind of mundane, so it's not like nothing big happened yet. I put it like that. Like, Fitz is, and this whole thing about him not recognizing Fitz is so annoying. It's so annoying. She has the same haircut. Like,
same haircut, voice, but not the same color. This is what I keep trying to tell you. I know, but it does. When
everybody has unique anime hair, doesn't matter.
It does when you're 8. You've almost died. Someone almost killed him, bro.
Are you talking about Rudy?
Died. Yes.
But Rudy's not really 8. He has the brain of a 40-year-old. He can retain things like a 40-year-old.
Yeah. So again, he's basically almost lived 2 lives. Another reason for him to almost forget someone.
No, it's not another reason.
Yes, it is.
His best friend ever in the world, in the new world. He didn't have any friends in his old life. So it's his only friend ever, his first friend ever.
Even more, and her hair color is different.
His first tip. If you, I don't even know how to.
I'm telling. Listen, I thought about this the other day. My friend who we separated. This was my very best friend from.
They didn't have the same haircut.
5th grade. Hold on, from 5th grade.
They didn't have the same haircut.
What do you mean
they didn't have the same wand? They didn't have the same.
From 5th grade to 10th grade.
They weren't using all the magic that you taught her.
Listen, you're not letting me finish. I kept trying to think if she showed up somewhere. I'm like, would I recognize her?
If she looked the same, you would.
I have no pictures of her. I have no pictures of her to look at and to remind myself of her.
And what was the time difference you're talking about?
10th grade. I haven't seen her since 10th grade.
Is that a longer? Because Rudy's time difference is kind of short.
You're talking about I'm 15. I was 15.
Yeah, so that's like 20-ish years.
Yeah.
So
but I'm just saying,
it's not 20 years for Rudy.
Best friend. I saw her every day.
You were also a child who didn't have the brain of an adult with the retention and perception skills of an adult.
I don't know if I would have seen her.
Rudy was a genius from birth, literally.
But I also don't live in a magical world.
Rudy can memorize hundreds of spells like it's nothing. You telling me he can't remember his first friend ever?
You're just giving me more excuses to forget someone.
No, he's a genius.
Doesn't mean you remember people.
A lot of geniuses, I would say, remember a lot more things than the average person. I would say people too. Look, there's no excuse for Rudy. This girl who is literally talking to him, she knows who he is. She didn't forget him. So he's smarter than her.
Listen.
She knew who he was instantly.
There's something
instantly. She recognized him.
There's something
instantly
more basic. There's something more basic than that happened.
What?
There's something more basic than that happens that does
spark his memory?
Yes.
Oh, that I haven't gotten to yet?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because Jesus Christ, he is a
But doesn't. No. But
he doesn't fully remember.
Yes.
Of course he doesn't. Of course he doesn't.
But you know how it's like, yeah, you'll smell something and you'll be like,
you remember?
Oh, that's familiar.
Yeah.
Or like you'll have a sensation.
But you telling me, hold on, you telling me though, because they keep propping this thing up like if she takes off her glasses, she'll instantly be exposed. So you're telling me he don't remember none of her other features, but the second he sees her eyes, he's gonna remember her?
She was like this big
when
he saw her last.
Did you hear what I just said though? So why are they writing it as if she takes off her glasses, that's gonna be the thing that's gonna give her away? That doesn't make. They are.
They're not.
He keeps hinting at taking off the glasses, and she's like, "Nope, I can't do it." Or
he's doing that.
Yeah, but
he's doing that. She's acting like that.
So tell me right now, and you can spoil.
It's not the writing.
You can spoil. Tell me this right now. You can spoil this for me. Does she take off her glasses, and is that what makes him recognize her? All right, so that proves my point.
And that's what I'm trying to explain to you. It's not the writing that's acting like taking off the glass. It's her. She thinks if she takes her glasses off, he's going to remember her. It's not. He does not.
Oh, so she does take the glasses off, and he doesn't remember. Okay, so that's fair then. That's fair. That's what I was trying to figure out, because like they keep hinting at it.
That's why I keep saying her hair being different, I think, is the biggest factor in him not thinking she is who she is.
I'm sure, yeah.
Or him not even, like, that's why I was like, someone can be right in front of you, but if the context for them being there is not there, you're not going to even think to look for them.
Hide in plain. That's the whole hide it in plain sight thing, but I don't know.
He doesn't even think that there's a chance. He thinks that she can be alive, right?
Yeah.
He knows that he's looking for her.
Yeah.
But he has no idea that she could be at that school. So he's not even looking for her.
It's so weird.
So he's
so
like,
weird.
if somebody said Sophie might be here, I think it would trigger something. And then he might get a hint.
Yeah,
but
probably.
It's like it's completely out of his like wheelhouse that she might even be there. So he's like, it's just the light is off.
Yeah.
The room is dark.
And that's kind of my looking. That's what I'm asking though. That's my issue with it, is like why that's where they agreed to go in the first place.
Yeah, but but you have to remember
he was raising money. He had to raise money for her.
He thought he was the only mechanism for her to get there.
Yeah.
She wasn't he didn't think she was planning on getting there on her own.
Yeah, for sure.
And he also doesn't know if she got mass teleported.
Yeah. But it's like, bruh.
I know.
Like, bruh.
But Rudy's dumb. He's a boy.
Oh my God. That's
He's a
fair.
dumb boy.
That's
He's
fair.
a dumb boy who almost got killed. But like I kept having to remind myself, like, oh yeah, he almost died. Like that probably because
Yeah, he must
listen,
died a couple of times.
I worked with someone. I worked with someone who almost died, right?
Hmm.
And I wasn't very close to the person. I don't know how close they felt to me, but I personally didn't feel super.
Yeah.
But they came in one day after they almost died, and they told me like how like it made them feel like they were just like they cared about me and all this kind of stuff, and I was
Yeah.
just like, didn't know you felt that way.
Yeah.
Glad that you had that realization.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, apparently
They were
that
faced with
changes people.
mortality. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
ever
that's
since
real.
then, I'm like, okay, that switches a that flips a switch for some people.
Yeah,
Right?
100%.
So I look at Rudy a little different ever since because he brings that up a lot. So he
Which
brings up
almost
that
death are you
Dragon
talking
God a
about?
lot. The dude who like ripped him and Eris to shreds
Okay.
and basically made them change how
'Cause
they approach life.
so do we count the fact that Rudy actually did die too? Like, do
No,
we?
not that reincarnation didn't do it.
No, but I'm saying,
I'm
do we
talking
do we
about
count that though?
no.
Like, is his
I,
experience with near death, should it be different because he actually already experienced death? So is it fair to say that he might experience near death way differently than anybody else?
maybe, but I'm only counting it because he acts differently than that. Because
Okay.
he does. I think he did it like a second death. Like he
Yeah.
could have really died. Like he's
Yeah.
like I almost really died.
It's the first time in his new life that he was actually in danger, like in real danger.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, like he acts differently. I think because of that.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I think he's kind of tunnel visioned right now.
Yeah, he probably is.
That's why he's not. To
He
that
probably
she
is.
could actually be right there.
Yeah. Look, I'm a suspend disbelief. It's fine.
His dick don't work. And he's very distracted.
It's so nuts.
He's 17 or 16 or 15. I don't know.
He's
Hormones.
40.
God
dang.
He's 65. He's 55.
Oh yeah, true. He is. Yeah, he's an old.
40.
He's going on
55.
retirement age. That's funny. But no, I still think this is best isekai. I'm not gonna lie. Besides, obviously, Sword Art. But
I'm excited for him to overcome his personal obstacles.
yeah, so we can get off of them. Jesus Christ.
So that we can then see the overarching obstacle.
Yeah.
Or whatever's coming. Cause well, I know of one conflict that's coming, and I'm curious to see how that's gonna play, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm like, right. I liked his personal stuff with like Paul.
Stop.
And stuff like that.
See, that was boring to me. I'm like, he's not even your real dad, and you don't even treat him like dad. So get over it.
Their relationship is just so funny.
It's like your dad's such a slut.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even talk to his sister. Like, get out of here.
Oh, the red hair one?
Or the blonde one.
Yeah.
He has two sisters.
Yeah. Well, he was supposed to be looking for them, right? And their mom?
Yeah, Xena.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Rudy's all off course. He's got no focus. He can't focus on anything.
That's what I'm saying. Get back to your girl and let's move on.
Jesus. Let's see what Man God's doing. I like whenever he's on screen. Man God. See, he knows what's up. I want to know
what's up with them planets that them dudes be floating on.
The planets?
Yeah, everybody just forgot about that. That
I did,
you know, the red dot up in the sky that they used to like point at.
Why they just forget about it?
Exactly, because everybody got mass teleported, and we just forgot about that.
Yeah,
there's a lot of interesting stuff going on.
Yeah,
but yeah,
Man God, yeah, he's the villain.
Let's move on to some stuff we can actually grasp.
Yeah. We want to talk about next Juju.
Of course.
Yeah. Mekamaru, my guy.
I'm gonna let you lead this.
Huh?
I'm all passionate now about dicks that don't work.
Oh.
I need you to talk about this discussion.
Nah, so this was I still don't understand. So I was gonna actually ask you. I probably missed it, but why did Mahito and Geto come to rescue? Like, what was the connection between Makamaru and the two curse guys? Like, why were they working together?
Mekamaru.
Yeah. What did I say?
So you said Makamaru.
Oh yeah, Mekamaru. I don't know why I said Makamaru.
So Mekamaru was a mole
On.
for Geto and Mahito.
So he was spying on the Jujutsu High in them for the
Yes.
curse. Okay.
Supposedly, I thought
Just to get his body
back,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But then he immediately was gonna snitch, right?
On.
Geto.
Okay, so he was a
Like,
double agent.
I thought as soon as he got his,
He was gonna
body
run the
parts,
Gojo and be like,
he was gonna like be fighting them and also telling Gojo.
Gojo.
what was
Okay.
going on.
Okay. So he's like a double agent. I got you.
Thought, yeah.
I got you. And they probably alert him with the whole promise of, yo, this guy can give your body back. Just listen to us. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
But even still, that doesn't seem like a great plan.
No. Or he didn't know who he was up against.
Just to get your body parts back.
Yeah. I don't think he knew who he was up against because, shoot, Mahito alone is OP. But, yo, that fight, so they did at the very beginning of the last episode I saw, he calls the giant, it's called like Mekamaru Ultimate or something like that. I forget what the actual name is. But apparently he had this giant Mekamaru like hiding out under the river, the lake or whatever. And the second he gets his body back, he basically assumes control of this giant mech and starts basically. Geto puts down a veil, so he's kind of like, all right, I gotta beat these two, figure out how to get out of this veil so I can get to Gojo as fast as possible and I win. And then basically Geto stands back. He's like, I'm gonna just let Mahito take you. And so them two are fighting, and yo, that scene where Mekamaru shoots the lasers and they're chasing Mahito and he keeps transforming into like 30 different animal forms while he's dodging through that was one of the coolest scenes I've ever seen. Like, that was amazing.
So my only like reaction to the episode was like, is Trigger here?
Yo, the colors.
Did Trigger like animate this episode because it was Mekamaru and they were like there are mechs in this episode, so we're animating.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Mappa. This is Trigger's episode. Because it really did like feel like a Trigger episode. There were so many lasers.
There was a lot, and they were like rainbow colored, just randomly.
I was like, am I watching Gurren Lagann? Like, what's happening?
No, it was awesome. Or either that or Mappa just like watched Gurren Lagann right before and was like, how can we do mechs? Like, let's just steal this.
I was like, this got really like wild and sloppy.
It got crazy. Like,
yeah, that was pretty sick.
But yeah, so this whole episode kind of, that was like the beginning of the episode, and then so I don't think basically Mahito wins the fight.
Was sad, made me cry.
I don't think Mekamaru's dead though, because you know the rule: if you don't see him die on camera, they're not dead.
I know, but
I'm just going with that.
Go?
I know.
Where did he go?
You know, he escaped in like a suit, a mech suit or something, some escape mech suit, something weird. He's hiding out in the water. But yeah, so they do that, and we hear Geto. There's some like flashes to Geto during all this where he's kind of during and after this where he's kind of like, you can tell he's formulating this plan because he talks about like this barrier and how he can set up this barrier without him actually being the one to do it. He can like have it set up to work a certain way with normal people. So eventually we get to the point where he sets up this barrier. Because he's got some evil plan that he's about to do, and he traps. I think it's only normal humans are trapped inside, but sorcerers can go in and out, and curses can go in and out. And so
I'm thinking of that very final scene of the episode.
Oh yeah, where Gojo walks. Yeah. So basically, it seems like the whole thing seems like a trap for Gojo because they're like, "Yo, we'll lower the barrier if Gojo comes out."
Just random humans like. Bring Gojo in here.
Yeah.
Where's Gojo Satoru?
Yo, all y'all, we won't let y'all out unless y'all tell Gojo to come here.
And all the sorcerers are like, regular humans don't know Gojo's. Why are they saying Gojo's name?
It's so obvious. Yeah, it's so obvious, but it's Gojo, so he pulls up solo. And I think the sorcerer said their plan is like all the other sorcerers, they're waiting outside. Send Gojo in. Whoever happens to slip by him, we'll just catch them, but just send Gojo in, he'll handle it. I love how that's the attitude where it's like literally he don't need no backup. Just send him in. They want him. They're asking for him, so just send him in. We'll give him what they ask for. So yeah, essentially we see him stumble into the barrier, like knocks a dude over, and he's like, "Oh, my bad. I didn't see you there, little guy." And then that's kind of where the episode ends. But I think something drastic, a lot of murder is about to happen inside of this barrier. A lot of humans are probably gonna get slaughtered.
The thing that I read prior to all this, the only thing we skipped prior to the episode, the Mechamaru episode, was there was like half of a prequel episode where our current students, I think, were being selected to be promoted to first grade.
Oh yeah, true, yeah.
And I think this might have been the mission.
Mm-hmm.
The mission that we're describing now might have been the mission they were being sent on.
They had like a whole nomination system.
Yeah.
For like certain student and what's his name? Boogie Woogie.
Toto.
Yeah, Toto was basically like, I'm gonna sponsor Itadori, and I wanna be the one to like help him with it. And they're like, oh, you can't. Sorry, buddy, that's against the rules. And he's like, oh, didn't think of that.
He's like, I know he's gonna pass because I'm gonna help him. And they're like, you can't help him.
Yeah, and he's like,
shit,
crap.
Didn't think about that.
Yeah.
No, I got that. So the thing that I read was, they said something about the opening for this part of the season is like kind of super spoilery.
Oh, probably. I know a bunch of openings be spoilery. I'm gonna watch it now.
But
though.
yeah, I like watching this one. It's really well done. There's a lot. If you pay attention to, not spoilery or anything, but if you pay attention to, because all the warriors are in this opening. By the way,
all the warriors.
Everybody's there.
Oh, like everybody we seen fight and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, if you pay attention, like there's a lot of facial concern on the characters' faces.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the villains look happy, and a lot of our characters looked upset and concerned.
Oh yeah, something's going down in this barrier.
And there's one part where I don't know his name. We always forget his name, but Salmon.
Yo, yeah, Salmon, bro.
Yeah, like he looks different, and I'm like, I think it's him. I'm not 100% sure.
Does he have the Did they show the tattoos, or he had his mask on?
No, like
neither.
It looked like his hair was up.
Oh.
And he didn't have the facial tattoos. But I have to look again. Yeah. And it didn't look like Gojo. Because for a second I thought, I was like, is it Gojo? But it doesn't look like.
Could be another blonde hair character.
The eyes aren't glowing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to watch that again because I was like, you are my special.
I'm going to check it out too, for real. I'm curious now.
Song.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very interesting to watch.
No, they're snapping. I like how they're getting to it. Like, so if this show that maybe
next episode is like Shibuya Night or whatever.
Shibuya Incident, yeah. I think it's what this arc is called too. But if I don't know if it was last episode or 2 episodes ago, but where they were doing like the hanging out back to school in the movies, if they had did that for like 5-6 episodes, it would be Jobless.
Oh, of course. They don't do that.
That's what I'm like. So
Juju doesn't do that.
This is kind of where I want Jobless to get to, where I want them to like, all right, I feel close to this character. Like, I can't get any closer.
That's not what Jobless is.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like, that's Juju
fair. It's not it. Yeah, that's fair.
Juju feels like incident report a lot of the time. And then on the back end, they tell us about Itadori's feelings some of the time.
Yeah.
Whereas Jobless feels like it's about Rudy.
I don't even think Itadori is the main character. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like it feels like Juju feels like it's about. Well, no, I was like Juju feels like it's about the incidents.
Yeah.
And then we get the characters around the incidents.
Yeah.
Whereas like Jobless feels like it's about Rudy.
Just Rudy.
Everything else is around the outside.
Rudy. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's 100%. Like if we get to hear about the rest of the world, then
cool.
Lucky us.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. 100%.
Whereas like the people feel external
Yeah.
in Juju.
100%. Yeah.
Because half the time I'm like, there was part of season 1. I'm like, where the hell is Yuji?
Yuji
He's
is
just like not here.
Yuji gives me very much like Giorno or Deku vibes, where it's like,
yeah,
this is just our lens into the world, but he's not really that super
Hey
important.
Arnold.
Yeah. He's not really super important though, like in the grand scheme of things.
We're gonna spend this whole episode with Helga Pataki's fan.
Yeah.
Not know where the hell Arnold is.
I'm not gonna lie, I want to go back to the young Gojo and them. That was kind of cool.
Yo, I like it, but at the same time, like, I need him to be shrouded in a little.
Which Gojo?
Yeah, like you can't. He's a little too. He's a little too magical.
Is there any mystery left though?
Yeah.
Like we know his eyes, we know his powers. We don't know who his parents or anything are, but
kinda.
Yeah.
I need there to stop here.
Yeah.
Don't show me anymore.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like, leave it at.
That's my thing though. I don't think they're going to. I don't think we're ever gonna see another Gojo family member.
I don't need to.
Ever.
I don't need to.
I don't think we're going to at all. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I don't think we're going to.
Leave it at little boy.
I think Gojo is partly a mistake because it's like, dang, what can I do with a character this strong now?
No, bro, I will never forget that. Like, him floating after Million Man stabbed him.
Yeah,
right.
It was a great scene.
Came back from the dead, and then he's just floating like.
Dude ascended, literally.
He's like, I'm high as shit, and I'm just murdering everyone.
Off my own power.
Perfection.
Amazing. That was amazing.
Perfection.
It was amazing.
You can't get any better than that with.
Oh yeah.
So he's just like, oh, I've learned how to bring myself back from death, and I'm still strong.
I can do anything. Yeah. He's just God. Like, he's literally godly. Like, and he knows it. That's my favorite part about him. He knows he's godly. Like and
it's still okay.
When Geto confronted him at the end of the flashback, and he was like, "Oh, you would do it or you wouldn't say you couldn't do it because you're so powerful." He's just like,
he's high on his own supply.
You're kind of right. Fine. Like, he's like, you're kind of right. I am the strongest. It was great that you said it.
So that's why I'm like, I don't want to unveil that.
Yeah, anymore. I don't
want to see behind the curtain anymore.
I don't think we'll ever see a chink in Gojo's armor. Like,
it's like Bugs Bunny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like in Space Jam 2 where they had him like going crazy on Looney Tune playing it by himself. I don't want to see that. Like, don't do that to Bugs.
Or like even low-key like Goku, right? Like, to me, Goku's never unraveled in that way. He's just, I'm here, I'm probably the strongest, and we're fighting. Who's fighting? Who's trying to fight? I'm probably, you know what I'm saying? It's no other, like, it's nothing else really crazy.
There's no.
He doesn't cry.
Goku doesn't have a dichotomy. So that doesn't really work. So,
yeah. It's funny. Jotaro's like that.
There's no depth.
Yeah.
that would be like if we showed up and Goku was worried about how he was as a father.
Yeah, like, that would be weird. I'm like, nah, I don't want that. Go fight somebody.
Like, I'm concerned about how Gohan sees me. We'd be like, whoa, Goku.
I'm like, hold up. Go fight somebody, Goku. What are you talking? Go train.
That's Piccolo's job.
Go hit the time chamber. Yeah. Go spend some time in the hyperbolic. You've been out here too long with the normies. Nah, for real. I don't want emotion. I don't want too much emotion from certain characters. I don't want too much concern and worry. Just want hands from some characters. Just hands.
Leave it to Gohan to worry about how terrible father you've been.
Yeah, exactly. And then fight him too if he questions you too much on it. Challenge him on the spot.
Fight Goku Black over that. That's not your job to worry about that.
That's funny. But yeah, no, I actually love characters like that. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, they all have their place.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah.
Oh boy.
I can't wait to see where that goes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But yeah, I have not finished Baki yet, so we can't completely finish talking about that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's not a big deal.
And I did not finish Ragnarok either.
Yeah.
But you know what comes out next week? Well, not next week. A couple weeks from now. Castlevania Nocturne.
Oh, it's not out yet?
No, 28th September.
I'm so like, I'm so like not I'm not showing up on the first day to any Netflix anime.
What?
It's just not happening.
Not even Castlevania?
No.
I'm
Don't get me
so
wrong, I love the
excited
first one, but it's just the fact that it's a Netflix
Is it Richter?
anime. Yeah, it's Richter.
Okay, yeah. I'm so excited about Richter. I'm
Send
excited for a new era.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not
for
Trevor.
sure. Yeah,
it's not Trevor, so I'm gonna show up for day one for Richter.
I kind of want to know, like, because Simon's one of the famous ones too, but I don't know where he is, like, if he's close in the timeline to Richter. Like, I don't know if he'll show up or not, but he's like another one of the famous ones, like Castlevania main characters.
Okay.
But I'm just curious if
no
he'll show
idea.
up or not. Yeah.
I just like the clothing I'm seeing and the villains I'm seeing.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it for sure. I'm gonna definitely watch it.
It's nice.
Should we save Steins Gate or should we?
Let's save it.
Yeah.
It's a little deep. We're at 2 hours.
Let's save it. Intense.
Cause here's the thing. So we can announce here though. So
yeah,
I watched finally. For anyone who cares, I watched Steins Gate.
Been yelling at her for 2 years about it.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, probably longer. Because I don't know when I first watched it.
And you guys, you can probably track on the podcast from like episode 1 how often I've mentioned about watching Steins Gate.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to it.
This process.
I started it.
How many times I've started Steins Gate? How many times I quit Steins Gate? How many times I yelled at Tiz about how frustrating it is to try and get? How many times I've grumbled about listening to that stupid cell phone vibrate in Steins Gate? How irritating it is. So I finally got through Steins Gate dubbed, only to then realize that there is another part.
Yeah, my bad. I should have told you that. But to be fair, it's technically not mandatory. But
don't tell me that.
It is. It's so I can't explain it because it's timey-wimey.
So you need to tell. So I'm gonna tell this, and you have to tell me a rebuttal.
Okay.
Because if I were to judge this series based on what I just watched, I would judge it very harshly. So if you tell me that I need to the compendium to watch it properly,
no, it's so the second part's not. I don't think gonna change how you judge it because the themes are all the exact same. But
okay.
It brings the story full circle in a way that, and the only way I can explain this is because it's time stuff, it doesn't have to be full circle, but it can be because it's time stuff. So it gets really timey.
Part of me is like, is watching that other part gonna bring in some pieces that I feel like I'm missing?
Yes, there is context. There is more context. Yes.
There are some things that I feel like, because honestly, I feel like I don't feel like I'm missing things. I feel like I watched a complete story.
Yeah, which you did. You did.
I don't feel like I'm missing things. Yeah. I feel like what I feel like I'm missing is substance. Because I'm just like, I feel like I'm not gonna say it's one of those things I've been built up to watch this thing and it wasn't that great. I can see what people liked.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I liked it.
Yeah. And to be fair, that build up wasn't
talk about
that build up wasn't us. That was you.
No, it was not.
Like if you yell at me to watch a show for years,
we're not gonna do
and
this.
I don't watch it.
We're not gonna do this.
That's then not your fault that you were yelling at me for years.
See, and that's where I go. That's y'all's fault because if I fell off it 100 times, that means it wasn't good to begin with. That means you telling me to keep watching it meant it wasn't good.
How many people fall off of One Piece? It's the highest selling manga and anime ever, though. But it probably has the most people ever falling off of it. So that's not that. All I'm saying is you can't judge. You can't say the show's not good just because you fell off of it. So you can't say that. I can't say, hey, just give it a try. Keep going.
But
give it a fair shake. I think every show should get a fair shake.
But I'm not gonna say.
That's all I'm saying. If you don't like it after that, that's fine.
If that's the judgment, how many friggin' people fall off JoJo? I think JoJo's amazing.
Yeah, and
I would never force people to watch JoJo.
But if you fall off of it, you can't be like, this is a bad show because I fell off of it. No, you have to give it a fair shake.
Exactly. I don't. But that's my point. I don't ever tell people to watch JoJo.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I know they're not gonna give it a fair shake.
That's fine, but it's not. I don't think it's your responsibility to make sure they give it a fair shake. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what I felt like you did. That's
Why?
what I'm saying. That's what I felt like you telling me to keep going is you making sure I give it a fair shake.
No, 100%.
When I'm saying I don't pressure anyone, like I don't tell people to say you should watch JoJo, because then that's me saying like have an opinion about it almost, right? Like,
true, yeah.
And that's my fear, is that they're gonna come back to me and be like,
no, so
because
okay,
I said have an opinion about it, right?
I see, yeah. No,
and so my immediate reaction, Steins Gate, the original time was like, I'm bouncing off of this super hard.
Yeah.
So when I got into it and now back out of it, I'm now wondering if that was the original reason I bounced off.
No, maybe, but now that you've watched it, you can critique it however. But my whole point was, if you're on air, it's like slandering it, you have to give it a fair shake. You can't watch half of it and then slander it. You gotta either watch half of it, never talk about it, or watch the whole thing and slander it. You can't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like, if you hate it now, fine. That's perfectly fine. You gave it a fair shot.
You're
that's
like,
all I can ask for.
If you're gonna trash Steins Gate, it can't be over that cell phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Over the full content.
Yeah, like you can't watch half a show and be like, oh, the story was stupid because it didn't end right. Like, you didn't see the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bad story because it had a bunch of loose ends. Well, yeah, duh, because you didn't watch it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's my only thing, is if you're going to slander something, slander the whole thing.
Tune into next week's episode where I lambast Tiz over how Steins Gate is actually just secretly a harem.
No way. There's no...
Let's get into it.
No way. Well, actually, maybe it is a harem. Maybe I'm thinking a harem. It might be a harem, but it's not an ecchi. And it's not, what's the other word? Not ecchi, but, what's the other lewd genre?
Hentai? Hinty?
Yeah. It's not Shield Hero, put it like that. It's not.
Let's get into it.
It's not Shield Hero or Redo a Healer or nothing like that.
I could easily compare it to Shield Hero.
There's no fan service.
Oh, green.
How many times is that girl half naked?
Doesn't matter.
With dog ears, waving her butt in the camera. Yeah.
Wait, who does that? Who does that?
In Shield Hero?
What? Raptalia's never naked.
Maybe not Raptalia, but there's more fan service.
Find it.
I'll find it.
All right.
I'll Google
so I was like,
service.
Chicken Girl is Ocarine Girl, and then Raptalia is the red-haired girl.
Shield Hero
we
fan
can line
service
this
compilation. This is the first hit.
Let me find this.
It's an isekai though, so it's gonna be mostly it's gonna be a lot of fan service. Let me see though if it's actually fan service. They might. Okay, here's naked women in a bathtub, naked fox girl in a bathtub, just barely covering herself. Okay, it's not in Steins Gate at all. Another girl. Here's another close-up shot, just straight cleavage in a tank top. Not in Steins Gate. Let's see.
Hey, in a fantasy world,
drawing on people's breasts, close up in the camera. Not in Steins Gate.
I found Steins Gate fan service.
Not this much.
I found some, but I found some.
Okay, there's probably some.
But there was a lot of Shining Finger has a lot of booby shots.
Shining Finger.
Moeka.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. And I'll give you, there's a lot of girls surrounding this one male.
Who's not a very interesting male to begin with.
Yeah.
So we can talk about that too next week.
That's fair.
Just saying, there's a lot. As someone who was watching this somewhat critically, I wasn't watching it super critically. I was watching it for the, story aspects, because I was just where are we going and where are we coming back from?
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I was like, why are there so many girls?
I get just because anime.
I was like, there's one dude and he's really dopey, and then there's so many girls.
Yeah, there's a lot of girls. There's a lot of
And I
girls.
was like, a lot of girls surrounding one really not interesting, socially inept dude. Feels like a hero.
That is a trope.
Feels like a hero from
I don't know
the
if is that the right word though,
2000.
because they don't want him. Only like 2 of them want him. Only like 2 of them want him.
By the end, because he's like the future cult leader.
Yeah.
They're all after him by the end.
He is low-key a cult leader.
But we'll save that for next week.
Yeah.
So all right, y'all. We've chittered on enough here. If we miss anything, because I know we're not watching a whole lot of anime, but there's more to come. Yo,
I'm
have
watching
you
like
seen
all
that?
backlog anime. That's why I don't talk about it. I'm still watching.
Have you
Dragon
seen
Ball.
that? Have you seen that one undead anime that's coming up?
Undead
like
Zom Bucket List or the other one?
No, it's called like Undead Unluck. It's coming. It's not out yet. It's coming up. It looks like it's made by the people who are making My Hero.
Oh.
And it's catching my eye because the dude kind of looks like
no, I did
like
see
it clearly
this one,
looks like My Hero.
He's the
like,
dude's immortal and they go
describe
around like bounty hunting. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. This looks cool. I definitely want to watch this.
But yeah, I'm like, there's some pretty good looking stuff coming up, so I don't think our schedule's gonna be dead for too long.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, if there's anything that we're missing, you guys clearly should know how to reach us by now. I mean, it's 174 episodes at this point. You can email us at siblingrivalryclash@gmail.com. You can X or tweet at us at srclash_pod. And don't forget, whatever feed you listen to, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, Castbox, or whatever streaming pod service.
Sorry, Revelations. I keep getting this show confused with the Undead Murder Force one, because they both have like a dude with a blue tattoo, like a blue line tattoo, and they go around like doing undead stuff. So I keep getting them confused.
I would say, are you watching that Zom 100?
Not yet. It's on my list, but it's kind of low on the list.
Yeah, I'm not. Zombies are. I'm keeping away from zombies for a long time. Zombies are in the vault.
There aren't too many anime zombies though, right?
All zombies are in the vault.
Forever.
For like 10 years.
There's a whole Walking Dead channel now.
Well, I think I'm probably gonna play Dying Light. But other than that, all zombies are in the
I'm probably gonna play Dying Light.
I will parkour over zombies.
That's funny.
Other than that, they're in the vault.
Yeah, video games don't count. It's a little different.
Jesus Christ, I want to play Alan Wake so bad. All right.
It's close. It should be close.
Not zombies. But yeah, guys, you know where to find us. You can comment down below. Our information's in the description.
Do it.
You know what to do.
Do it.
Hello. You can see us next week. Well, I'll be yelling at Tiz about Steins Gate, a very old anime that probably half of you have never seen and that you should probably go watch if it's on Crunchyroll.
You said very old, like 2006.
It's old.
Not old. It's widescreen.
That's a 20-year-old child by now.
It's only old if it's 3x4.
Is that a 20-year-old child? Could a 20-year-old child exist and have never seen it? Yes.
No.
Huh?
You would be like what? If you're 20 now. I'm not that good at math. I'm not even gonna try. I'm not gonna embarrass myself on camera.
Hold on, do the math.
I'm not that good at math. Wait, okay, 2003 to now would be 20 years. So if you're born in 2003, I don't know when Steins Gate actually came out.
A 17-year-old child could have existed and never seen Steins Gate.
Oh shoot, where am I typing at? You ever start typing? I'm just looking at when Steins Gate came out.
I type all over our soundboard constantly.
2009. I was wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, a 14-year-old child could have existed and never seen it.
Yeah, that's true.
So
14-year-old child's anime tastes are probably so in the garbage. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're watching One Piece live action as their first show.
Oh my god. That makes me sick.
They've never seen Duel Masters.
It makes my stomach hurt. Yeah, it's a dub for card anime. If you ain't grow up when we grew up and you like want a card anime, it's kind of slow for you right now. It's kind of slow for you.
Kind of slow for you.
Yeah, it's kind of slow. Like if that's like your bag,
you
like
just watch Yu-Gi-Oh on Twitch all day.
That'd be a good one to throw in the rotation on the Anime All Day channel. That'd be a good one.
Isn't Pokemon streaming all day? Can't they just watch Pokemon?
Pokemon is streaming all day. There's probably enough Pokemon episodes to stream new episodes every day forever.
That's technically a card battler.
Yeah. Oh, Pokemon DLC just came out. Wow. Know what I'm doing after this?
Wow.
Because it came out Japanese time, so it's out like 8 p.m. our time.
Wow.
I love when that happens.
Wow.
Shout out to Japan for being ahead of us by like 12 hours or 8 hours.
Never growing up.
Who wants to grow up?
Never grown up.
Who wants to grow up?
It's me, 50 years old, still downloading Pokemon.
I'm absolutely going to be on Pokemon. What do we say? Night and day? In 30 years from now?
Night and day?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Pokemon, well, Pokemon Democrat and Republican.
Oh. No, that's Pokemon Donkey and Elephant.
Yeah. It's gonna be a what's the word? Like under when things have like hidden messages. It's gonna be like a coded Pokemon game.
Pokemon Subliminal.
Full of political messages. It's gonna be Elephant.
Pokemon Liminal and Subliminal.
I can't wait until they run out of like.
I can't wait for Pokemon Barcode.
Pokemon Barcode. What's the other one? Stolen?
No, that's it. It's just Pokemon Barcode. It's like it's the barcode and then the in between barcode.
Oh, in the space barcode in space. Oh my god.
It's just Pokemon Barcode.
Pokemon Vowel and Consonant. All right, let me chill. I could do this forever. Let me chill.
No, you know my favorite one. It was Pokemon Hustle and Flow.
Hustle and Flow. Which one would you buy though, for real?
Probably Flow.
Yeah, Flow sounds vibier. I'm not gonna lie.
You know that's the blue one. Come on.
It probably is, yeah. So I'm probably gonna be stuck with Hustle because I can't buy the
Hustle. That's the orange one.
They keep doing that to me. They keep sticking me with the version I don't want, but it's just the color.
That's the orange one, and Flow is the purple one.
Yeah, it probably is gonna be like that.
It's gonna be like Lakers color.
They're gonna keep doing it to me. They hate red, I think, at Nintendo. Secretly, I think they really do just hate red.
Blue is just the chiller color. Yeah, it's not your fault.
And everybody wants to make red like the villain, like the.
And we had color. Like we haven't had like a land and sea. Yeah, right.
Yeah, Ruby and Sapphire. They could redo it but Groudon was the land legendary and Kyogre was the ocean legendary.
Have we what did I see? Did I see something called like Radical Red?
Yeah, that's a mod.
Okay.
It's a mod of what's the remake of Red? Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a remake of that one or a mod of that one. But yeah,
right,
shout out Pokemon.
Let's let Tiz to his DLC.
Word.
And we'll see y'all next week after we play some more games and do some more stuff.
Peace out.
Bye.